Yo, what's going on, man? Oh yeah, oh yeah. That boy deleted just dropped something on Rory. I ain't gonna lie. Since the last time we talked about this, bro, I ain't gonna lie. It's gotten way. It would, bro. When we was talking about it, the tweets that had came out was one thing. They was already crazy. You feel what I'm saying, bruh? The other stuff since that conversation, it was a lot worse than a lot of us thought it was, bro. It was a lot worse than a lot of us thought it was, bro. Like, he was talking way crazier than the ones that came out initially. But before we get to it, hey, shout out Rec O'Connor. You feel me? Shout out Noah King. You feel me? Um, ISC. He said you and the Ville live at the same time again, bro. Bro, that'd be on accident. That'd be on accident, bro. You feel me? Um, Shout out Diego. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out Regal, as always one of the first people in here. I appreciate you. Um, Shout out Space Boy. You feel me? Um, who else we got? Who else we got, man? Shout out Rocky. You feel what I'm saying? Furry B, what's good? PTO, what's the word? Spartan, Latrice Lowe, Kareem, Bad Karma. You feel what I'm saying? Amani K. Shout out everybody, bruh. Shout out everybody for real. We gonna end up going all day. You feel what I'm saying? But shout out everybody. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for y'all love and y'all support. I know I ain't been posting a whole lot. We could talk about that later. But it's for good reason. Niggas in the lab right now. You feel what I'm saying? Some of y'all know, but we'll break it down later. Um, yeah, I've been waiting on this one because I think Deleted gonna really get busy on some shit. You feel what I'm saying? I don't think Deleted be considering too much like before he start bombing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and you need that energy. You need and you need that energy in the space. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's how it is. So you got to call it how it is. And then sometimes I feel like you need people who are gonna be compassionate and are gonna be forefront. It's gonna be like, well, look, you feel what I'm saying? I still got love for the world. I still got love for everything. And then you need your people that's gonna be like, fuck that. I don't give a fuck about you. Like, it is what it is. I think you need your balance. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why I fuck with certain content creators that got the edge like Deleted do, because you need both energies. You feel what I'm saying? Um, but shout out to everybody. My boy. What's the word, bro? What's the deal? My boy, what's the deal? We got to get another live in. We got to get a live in ASAP. He said, Deleted blocked me over a whole versus Ye debate. Bull Victor. That don't mean, come on, man. Everybody got the right to block. If I don't like what you my boy, G Lambo, you feel me? But if I don't like I'm not gonna block you because I fuck with you. But if you say something that I feel like deems blockable, I'm gonna block your ass too. I just lie. I don't be blocking people. But I understand why people block niggas. Because like, why I gotta see this? I only don't block people because I got too much, because it's I want them to, like, you feel me? It's a whole different thing. When I get on to all them Drake dudes, I don't block them niggas because I want, like, nah, like, you feel me? Stay in the loop. But he got the right to block. Why he can't block you? He got the right to block, bro. He got the right to block, bro. What's good, JR? Damn, Jim's. What I do, bro? Jim's always mad. Why Jim's always mad, man? No, I'm trolling. Block button for females only. That's not true, bro. That's not true at all, bro. That's not true, bro. That's not true, bro. That's not true, bro. I know, James. I'm trolling. That's not true, bro. That's not true, bro. The block button for everybody. I'm not gonna lie. So, exactly. I was just about to say that. You already said it. Some content creators like the discourse. You feel what I'm saying? I'm one of those people. I want to hear what everybody got to say. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't care if you my enemy, whatever. I want to hear what everybody got to say. Because even my enemy, in my eyes, we all connected. So even my enemy got something to say. It's some truth in what everybody got to say. Other niggas, they don't want to hear that shit at all. And that's okay. Like I said, we need all types of energy. But let's get this shit stopped. Let's get this shit popping. Jalopy love the drama. I love the discourse. I love seeing what people got to say. You know what I'm saying? And learning this shit. But let's get this shit started, bro. All right. I'm excited for this one. I'm excited for this one. All right, come on.
Nobody on earth that knows me thought I tweeted black women are ugly. Like, this is like ridiculous at this point. So I came in here a joke.
Yeah, I don't know what this is right here. I thought y'all was in here laughing.
We were joking at one point, and then more tweets started resurfacing. I think, Rory, you know.
So now everybody's offended and hurt?
No, I think I'm speaking.
Yo, this nigga got the spaces in a television box.
Very genuinely to Rory, regardless of what our friendship is. I think that some of the tweets that are resurfacing can be hurtful, and I think you being the
hurtful
person
to
that
who,
you
though?
are. Sorry?
Hurtful to who? Who's hurt by those tweets?
Black women.
I'm the one that hates black women.
Yo, y'all got to stop this shit, man.
If words cannot be taken,
then now we just throwing shit on my jacket.
However, you can.
Because I see that weirdo, the deleted villain, now going off about to start a video of me.
Look, this one I knew. This one I knew. This one I knew. That nigga Rory was terrified. I went back. Oh no, I did it with y'all. I watched the space with y'all. Bruh, when he said that, I'm like, yeah, this nigga is terrified.
He saying black women are ugly.
And that's why they want you to kill that, Rory. That's why they want you to kill that, Rory. That's why they want you to kill that, Rory. That's why they want you to kill that, Rory.
Bro.
Say his name. I dare you.
Deleted villain, deleted villain, deleted villain, deleted villain, deleted.
No. Don't say that.
Believe in me. Be my victim.
Warning. This video is for comedy purposes only, so loosen up. None of this is factual, just widely opinionated jokes served extra spicy for your entertainment. It's satire, it's cringe, and it's all good fun. If you're sensitive, overly emotional, or the type to clutch your pearls at the slightest hint of humor, this is your cue to exit. Nah, seriously though, get out. Save your tears, because they're not welcomed here.
Warning. Your local county authorities have issued a civil danger alert.
1 body, 2 body, 3 body, 4. But Leo, California, where them youngest, they be quick to buzz, ruthless.
Be the sucker if I don't pull your car, partner. I practice looking hard.
I can say hello to my little friend, Rat-a-tat-tat-ta.
You're ill.
Every time I hit the city, I get that feeling, and I ain't got a name drop mark.
Hey, he dropped. Hold on. He putting all the bangers in this motherfucker. He putting all the bangers in this motherfucker.
Respect. I'm to the neck and I'm sliding with a tech. Off the drill.
Rory. Wait. Rory. There comes a moment where a man has to face the shadow he's been running from. And matter of fact, Remick, that moment is here. Because what you represent
Remick is crazy, bro.
This culture isn't what you pretend to be. You walked into black spaces like they were open rooms for you to rearrange. You treated black art like a costume you could borrow, treated black audiences like a shortcut to relevance, but then you treated black women like props you could joke about, lust after, or even tear down. You wanted the spotlight our community built, the rhythm our ancestors carried, the validation only black audience can give, but you never wanted that responsibility that comes with being in the presence of people whose history you mocked when you thought no one was watching. And now the curtain's being pulled back, not all the way, just enough for you to feel the cold air of truth that hits your skin. Because the thing you have to face, the thing you cannot dodge, is that you became a fixture in a culture made by the very women you joke about, the very people you exploited for comfort, the very community you underestimated, until it finally looked back at you. This is going to be the longest intro you've ever seen.
Hey, you shut the fuck up. You keep talking, man.
This is...
He said this is going to be the longest intro. Hey, let me say something else real quick. I fuck with how Deleted is unapologetically fuck with Kanye. I do respect it. Because it's not a good time to fuck with Kanye. So I respect the nigga that's going to be like, look, I'm that nigga fucking up. But Kanye is my goal. You feel me? I respect that, bro. Real talk.
Not journalism, and it's damn sure not righteous opinions. And I'm not here waving some moral high ground flag. I'm here to talk slick shit because I'm toxic, messy, and probably need therapy. This is a psychological horror forcing you to stare straight into the face of your own demons. Yeah, corny as hell, but whatever, I'm based. If you're new here and never heard this corny voice-modded edgelord type of slander, welcome to the pack out.
Jeez.
I remember motherfuckers used to tell me I was corny.
Look at me now, bitch. Bad little guy. Look at me now, you
fuck ass niggas.
This whole situation didn't start with beef or drama or even some conspiracy. It started with something stupid as hell. An opinion. Remick. Remember Remick. His name is Remick for obvious reasons.
I'm the one that hates black women.
But he said the clip should win a Grammy over Kendrick Lamar. And yeah, their opinions is not a crime at all. It's not the end of the world either. The Strawberry Shortcake didn't need to agree with his viewers at all. It was just regular barbershop talk, talking shit, throwing jabs, and the co-host chimed in, saying they weren't really fans of Kendrick either. They all had clips as their pick to win the Grammy. And honestly, that's fair. They don't have to pander to their audience. They don't have to pander to fans. They don't have to allow what everyone else feels into their space. That was their choice, their opinion, their winner. But it rubbed people the wrong way. And when fans get irritated, they did what fans always do. They pulled out receipts and they dug into them old tweets.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think it really just was the fact, it was the buildup. Like, people have been seeing that podcast as operative or as psyop for a minute. So it was the buildup. Like, it built up to them pretending that they was neutral, but they were never neutral. And then you find out, girl, been hating on Kendrick. You find out, been hating on Kendrick. You feel what I'm saying? And then Rory does what that does. So I think it was a buildup of all of that shit because people are like, bro, we clearly see that you niggas are anti, but you try to pretend that you're neutral. And then, you feel me? So I think it was a buildup for a minute. And they was kind of, you feel me, picking on people and blaming it and really playing in Kendrick fan faces. And really not just Kendrick fan faces, hip-hop fans' faces. You feel what I'm saying?
Through Rory's history. And that's when everything fell apart. Because those old tweets weren't just old Twitter jokes. They weren't random edgy posts. They weren't young and dumb moments either. Yeah, maybe in 2012, but definitely not in 2016. They were a pattern of racist behavior he left behind. Breadcrumbs leading straight into the mind of a man who wanted access to black culture.
I know I keep pausing it, but I gotta address that. He said maybe in 2012, not 2016. And that's facts, bro. At that time, you could probably get away for saying some crazy shit in 2011, 2012 because that edginess was encouraged at that time. Edging, that was a whole, it was before 2012. There was a whole like, nigga, back in the, it go way back. Just edginess being encouraged. So then, I think around 2015, 2016 really, is when people started to key up on shit. You feel what I'm saying? They started to be like, yo, that's when people start really getting on people for saying certain shit. You feel me? So I feel that.
But had no respect for the people who built it. And once those tweets resurfaced, the mask slipped.
I'm the one that hates black women.
You see, there's a certain type of white man who steps into hip-hop like it's a theme park. They love the music, the style, the slang, the aesthetics, but they envy the people who created it. They want the culture, but not the burden, not the history, and not the truth. They want the rhythm without the blues, the benefits without the consequences, and the sound without the struggle. And Remick fits that mold perfectly. He coasts in this community like hip-hop owes him a seat, like the culture is a buffet he can sample from, like the artists, the communities, the women, the narratives would all belong to him if he just supports the music enough. But behind the scenes, behind closed doors, he tweets like a man who sneers at the same people who made the art he profits from. He laughs at black women's looks. He fetishizes their bodies. He objectifies Rihanna and mocks Beyonce. He sexualized.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That when I seen more of these tweets, I'm like, yo, there's low key more to it's really it feels like fetishizing. You feel me? I'm not gonna lie, it feels like fetishizing. Like
who made the art he profits from. He laughs at black women's looks. He fetishizes their bodies. He objectifies Rihanna and mocks Beyonce. He sexualizes black women and
Gee, come on, man. That nigga said, hey, much love for the super chat, though. That nigga said, delete him at a goon and block me, trying to say, yay, better than Hove. He a fraud, he the victim. Bro, if a nigga really, bro, you know that nigga really fuck with Kanye, bro. What is wrong with a nigga? Like, do you, like, think like this. Do you know that nigga for real? No. Do y'all interact on a daily basis? No. So why can't he block you? That nigga protecting his peace. It's really something I should be doing more. I'm not gonna lie. It's really something that I should be doing more. I don't be blocking niggas enough. I really don't. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you really should block niggas though. If niggas is, you should block niggas. I'm not gonna lie. But love for the super chat. I appreciate you, bro. You already know, my boy.
Degrades them in the same breath. You know, that kind of behavior that only exists in the dark corners of the internet. He doesn't love the culture. He consumes it. He extracts from it. He wants the flavor of blackness without ever having to respect the humanity of black people. And that's the terrifying part. It's not new. It's not unique. It's not even surprising. It's the oldest story in American history. He talked about black women and then turned around and married one.
I'm the one that hates black women.
Remick is not breaking the mold. He's following it. There has always been some type of white man who inserts himself into black culture, as if proximity equals ownership, as if being around us means being one of us, as if participation is permission. But the truth is darker. They want the culture because they can't create one of their own in the same way. Irish Americans did it too. Sinners gave you a taste of that. And this is history. This is true history. They were once treated as less than, mocked for their accents, their skin, their poverty. They hung around black communities because both groups were pushed to the bottom together. But the second society forgot, started to see the Irish as white, they took it. They ran with it. They abandoned the solidarity. They assimilated upward. And some turned on the black communities they once stood beside. And that pattern never died. It just...
This picture of this nigga. He keep flashing this picture of this nigga, bro. I can't leave that on the screen for too long. Hold on.
Put on some skinny jeans.
Yo, my dude.
Started a damn podcast. You see, Remick moves with that same confusion. He wants the rhythm of hip hop, but he has the privilege of whiteness.
Oh, hold on. We got another super chat in this month. Spartan. Oh my goodness. Spartan, much love for the super chat, bro. He says C-Level is a cornball. Repeating the joke, don't make it funny. Don't. Hey, look, man. This is my thing. Everybody's allowed to feel how they feel. I'm not, look, if C-Lambo feel like he shouldn't have blocked him, so be it. If the leader blocked the nigga, he felt like it, so be it, man. You feel what I'm saying? Like, all right. Like it really don't. You know what I mean? Shit happen. A nigga block somebody, he might go about blocking people. Another nigga might not. It really don't. It really don't make much of a difference for real. It don't mean nothing. But let's get it.
He wants to be embraced by black audiences, but his old tweet shows he talks about black women with the same mindset the white system's built.
Look, Tar Baby. When I seen the Tar Baby, I was like, nah. Even in 2012, it don't matter what time. Some of the stuff that's going on in these tweets is not acceptable, was never acceptable. Tar Baby? Nigga, we talking, look, you know how you get in a you know how you in a room full of niggas and niggas start playing, niggas start getting the joking, and everybody just when you in that situation, everybody just got everybody improvising. You feel what I'm saying? But we all know the language we talking, right? So that one of them niggas from that group might go debate somebody who not from that, right? And they just feel like he got more to say. That's because he's more in tune with how we go back and forth, right? I think it's the same thing with racist Caucasians, right? Is that when you think about a name like Tar Baby, you gotta get in the bag. That's like, nigga, that's like a shimmy fade. That's like getting in the post and doing a step back. That's like a step back out the post. That's you getting deep in the bag to pull out Tar Baby. This nigga is experienced. Like, bro. That shit is ridiculous.
He wants to be seen as down, but never gives up the safety of being above. It's literally an identity crisis, wrapped in a superiority complex. And when those old tweets resurfaced, they didn't read like jokes. They read like obsession.
I'm the one that hates black women.
Tweet after tweet, the same pattern. Talking down on black girls' hair like it's a punchline. Calling Beyonce ghetto and Blue Ivy's hair like a black child's features or something to degrade. Hypersexualizing Rihanna, turning her trauma into a setup for a joke. Mocking Lauren London while she was pregnant with Nipsey's baby, which makes the intent even darker.
Maybe her kids can end gang violence. See, that's one of them like unaware, like nobody really told you, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be around a nigga, hey, all right, DeVille, I'm gonna fuck with you, bro. I got white friends, right? You can ask any of them. We had a conversation about how to interact. He say something and I catch it. Yo, let me explain something to you, dog. That's a microaggression. Like, you can't be saying shit like, you feel me? Around me, you can't be saying shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? We not gonna take that the right way. Rory just seemed like he ain't never had a nigga really talk to him when he say shit like this. Like, really give him that conversation. I really be like, yo, this is why you don't say shit like this. This is why, and if you gonna continue to do that, you can't be around me. I think every Caucasian gotta have a nigga that's gonna stand in they shit enough to be like, hey, look, all that shit, you gotta cut that the fuck out. And if you're gonna keep doing it, can't fuck with you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I think they need that blind. They need to be shown that blind spot. And based on what they do, you know who to fuck with and who not to fuck with. You feel what I'm saying? He said, nah, this ain't even nothing you have to talk to your white friend about. Oh yeah, you not understanding what I'm saying, and that's okay. But yeah, I'm not standing next to somebody saying, oh yeah, this nigga just said Tar Baby. Let me explain something to him. That's not what I was saying at all. What I'm saying is, with a Caucasian or even anybody, when you are not accustomed to a culture, there are blind spots that you have, which is why you should be respectable. Sometimes niggas just don't see that blind spot, and you got to point it out to them. and that'll let you know what type of nigga that person is. Are they really racist? Was they really or are they unaware? Shit like Tar Baby and shit like that, that's when you get deep in that bag. You fully aware of what's going on. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Disrespecting our former First Lady, Michelle Obama, talking down about poetic justice braids, as if black women's cultural hairstyles are a threat to them. This isn't random. This is not edgy humor. This is a trail of bias, the kind that feels comfortable feeding off black culture while disrespecting black women in the same breath. Remick wants the benefits of proximity to black spaces, but his words stay aligned with the systems that degrades it. That's the part people finally saw when these tweets resurfaced. Not just the disrespect, but the pattern, the entitlement, the quiet comfort of saying things he'd never say in a room full of the very people he wants acceptance from. Man, it's the same script we've seen 100 times. A man who wants the rhythm of the culture, but not the respect from the people who built it. And once you lay all the tweets out together, you see the real truth. And he wasn't joking. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. He wasn't joking. He was telling you exactly who he was the entire time. He literally was jumping from disgust to desire, like his brain was buffering. That shit's dark. That's uncomfortable as hell, and it was revealing, because you don't talk about black women like that unless you feel ownership, unless you feel entitlement, unless you convince yourself you understand them when you've never lived.
Yeah. It's really like, it's that combination of prejudice, racism, and really just wanting like feeling like you're entitled to, like, this is the thing. If you pay attention, I think in general, black women are very or hypersexualized, like from the eyes of men in general, right? And I think women are hypersexualized in general, but in my opinion, it feel like when it comes to black women specifically, it feel like there's this, and I think it's intentional, it's psychological, right? Where there's an over hypersexualization of black women. So a white man will say some shit like, how can I not love black women? My girl's black, boom, boom, boom. But it's like, what's your relationship with black women outside of having access to sex, to all this different shit? That's how we have a better idea of that. You having romantic, your platonic relationships with women, and with black women specifically, show you the relationship that you have with women, not your romantic relationships, your platonic relationships. How you view, and on top of that, how you view black women that you don't know. If you walking down the street, how are you viewing this black woman? How are you viewing? It's how you are perceiving it outside of romance, and really even low-key, even outside of friendship. How are you perceiving the everyday person, that black person that has nothing to offer you, nothing to give to you? How do you perceive that black woman? You feel what I'm saying?
Today is one of them. And honestly, this is why I'm not really going to dive deep and touch on the timeline about the Grammys, the whole Clips versus Kendrick shit. I'm not showing that, because before we can talk about music, we need to sit what's actually happening here, because I'm not going to let him crutch on that. We're not going to deflect. We're not going to act like this is why this is happening, just because that's what lit the match. That's not what this is. We all remember old Twitter. People said the wildest shit. I said the wildest shit. You said the wildest shit. Whoever was from old Twitter, we said some wild, chaotic shit. Jokes that went way too far. However, what happens when the jokes start forming a pattern? What happens when every punchline points at the same fucking group, the same women, the same community? One joke, all right, fine. Two jokes, okay, maybe. But a catalog of tweets, a running timeline of obsession, disgust, mockery, all aimed at black women. That's not humor, that's a confession written in real time. And what makes it darker is the setting. A white man sitting inside a space built from the pain of the very people he's joking about.
I'm the one that hates black women.
Because let's keep it lit. Hip hop wasn't made for comfort, and it wasn't made for mockery. It was built because black people were suffocating under systems designed to break them. Hip hop was born from survival, from people who use rhythm as armor, lyrics as therapy, and community as the only protection they had. This genre exists because oppression existed, because police brutality existed.
Fight the power. Fight the power.
Because poverty.
Exactly. That's why you can't make hip hop. You can, but that's why it don't sound the real shit. It don't sound like it do unless it's here. Because this system is what birthed it. And that's why they wanted to be so docile and wanted to be so, you know what I'm saying? They don't want nobody had no motherfucking, like, no nuts, like, no, really at all. You feel what I'm saying? You can't say what you want. You can't do what you, that's how they wanted to be. They wanted to make money, but they don't want it to influence shit unless it's influencing the agenda. You feel what I'm saying?
Existed because white America created conditions so harsh that music became their only escape route. Let's not forget that shit, man.
Fuck the police coming straight from the underground. A young nigga got it bad cause I'm brown.
When NWA said fuck the police, they weren't being edgy. They were screaming at the country that treated them like enemies.
Cause they'll slam you down to the street top. Black police showing out for the white cop.
They were screaming at a system built by white hands, white power, and white laws. So when a white man walks into that same space, then acts entitled in that space, and then repeats the same patterns his ancestors perfected, the disrespect, the mockery, and the superiority dressed as humor, as jokes, how are we supposed to stay calm? How are we supposed to ignore that shit? How are we supposed to pretend it's just old tweets? Because this is an outrage. This is
right. And I think, yeah, in general, and then to still get in the space and be all smug and shit, that shit is crazy. Yo, G Lambo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Sound you a super chat. He said, God is good. Delete it. Look, bro, you can't be that mad over. Look, I fuck with you, bro. I really do. You can't be that mad over a block. There's no way. There's no way, bro. There's no way. I fuck with you though. There's no way, bro. It's like that. You're not entitled to access to niggas, man. Like, come on, Lambo. You're not entitled to access to niggas, man. Come on, let's be real.
memory. This is history repeating itself in a digital timeline. And the scariest part, Remick doesn't even see who he's reenacting. He thinks he's participating, but he's actually reliving a role that was never his to play in the first place.
I'm the one that hates black women.
Let me clear something up before y'all start losing the plot again. Because I keep seeing people all over Twitter, everybody on social media platforms, everywhere that they're talking about the situation, they're always asking, well, what about Tyler? Or what about you? You like Kanye. What about Ye? Check this out, man. Everybody got that one wild uncle or messy cousin. Somebody in the family you gotta hold accountable, but you still claim them because they yours. That's called in-house. That's our business, man. Our people, our responsibility. Black people problems. Black people handling black people. But comparing a white man like Remick to another black man, y'all gotta be out your damn minds.
Okay. So he said that's family still. All right, so check this out. Okay, check this out. Right? So I do think it's a difference. Like, I mean, you can call it what you want. I do think it's a difference. You feel what I'm saying? I do think Kanye has been pretty anti-black in recent memory. I do. You feel what I'm saying? I do think that I do wonder how much of that is attained to all of the time that he's being thrown in these hospitals, he's doing all this different shit. A lot of shit got to be considered. Even though we do respect it, a lot of shit do got to be considered. You feel what I'm saying? So I do think it's completely different, especially knowing the fact that Kanye spent most of his career or the early part or the first half of his career doing what he was doing. You feel what I'm saying? Especially bringing awareness to Hurricane Katrina during the time everything was going on. Like Kanye, it's been two halves of Kanye's career. That's the reality. As far as saying it's in-house, I see exactly what he's saying about that as far as black people taking the care of themselves. Now, my thing with Kanye is at the point where I genuinely don't think he give a fuck about the black community. I don't think he gives a fuck about the black community. That's just how I feel. I feel like he might be at a point where he got so much money, he just completely disconnected from the idea of even being in community like that. Like that's how, like, I feel like when you got that much fucking money, how are you supposed to even really take community serious outside of the fraternities these niggas be in? Y'all ain't hear what Donald Trump was doing with Bill Clinton? These niggas is politics. Nigga, it's some fraternity. Well, it's some fraternity shit. I don't think they even see community the same, bro. I really don't. So I look at it from that perspective and I see, like, I don't know how you can compare Kanye's situation to Rory's situation. I really don't. I really don't understand how you could compare. You know what? Let's do this. Understanding the system of white supremacy, right? I don't understand how we can blame a black person who turns anti-black, right? The same way we would blame a Caucasian who's anti-black. I don't know how. I don't think that's the same level. Now, Kanye in isolated territory, yes, we had to hold him accountable. But saying it's the same thing, somebody who was being conditioned regularly, right, as a black person versus somebody who might have already had this idea, and both are conditioned, let's be clear. But nigga, I feel like it's a difference, bro. I think even with Tyler the Creator's tweets, I think Tyler the Creator can be anti-black too, right? But when I look at Tyler the Creator's tweets, I'm like, this is a black dude being edgy. They both being. Some people look at Tyler the Creator as if he's just being anti-black, when I see Tyler the Creator as also being edgy, right? Considering that was his whole brand. Rory wasn't being, I don't think Rory was being edgy. That didn't even feel edgy. That just felt like somebody saying some shit. Like, it didn't feel edgy. I know Tyler the Creator was being edgy because I was there. Tyler's whole shit was edginess. But as far as Rory, that don't feel like a nigga being edgy. That feel like a nigga who is speaking on things that have been spoken to him. You feel what I'm saying? She said, in my eyes, if you hate your own kind, it's worse. Right. I can see what you're saying. If you hate your own kind, it's worse. But I think that's only if it's isolated from consistent brainwashing. You feel what I'm saying? I think it's consistent. It's the consistent brainwashing that a black person is subject to daily, that pushes them to be anti-black. That's what we have to understand when it happens to black people. When it happens to the other side or white people, that's something that's more than likely going on in, like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, that's something that's going on more in, like, I don't even know the word, but I think y'all get what I'm saying. Like, that's more like tradition. Like, that's the best way I can decide. That's the best way I can describe it. It's tradition. You feel what I'm saying? Holly B, what's good? I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? The difference with Tyler the Creator is you can tell by his work that he no longer feels that way. People unable to see the growth of his art don't want to see it. That's the truth too. Now, we're going to get back to this video, but this is bringing up a great conversation, man. Tyler the Creator, yeah, you can clearly tell that Tyler the Creator went from this at one point in his career to a different thing at another point in his career. And what I want to know is, when do we start looking at, when do we take into the account of growth? Right? I think that we usually take it into account when somebody displays it. But then the thing is, people don't want to see things displayed. Like, people don't want proof outside of what they perceive as your actions. And that's where it get murky. Because your actions, your perception of my actions is only that, your perception. So it's like, what else can people really show you besides real, tangible things? You feel me? Before people really say, okay, I think he changed. Some people, at the end of the day, it don't matter if you changed or you grew. They feel like if that's who you were then, that's who you always going to be. And you got to be able to just accept that. You got to be able to accept that. That's the world. That's life. But there's also people who are open to you changing and being different. You feel what I'm saying? Yep. Being anti-black is just another capitalist tool. Hey, Bill, what's good? What's good, family? I appreciate you, dog. What's good, though? Yep. Being anti-black is another capitalist tool, right? So you talking about from a sit, right? You talking about prisoners of war, because that's what we are, right? If you break it down for real, we are prisoners of war. They just have a very good idea. They have a very good way of spinning it to make it seem like we're not at war here, when in reality we are. We were taken from a whole different country, right? Some still being here, but we had people that were taken from a whole different country, right? Coming here, immersing with other people that was already here that had been captured up too, and then being told that you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to build this vision, you got to build this idea. How are we not prisoners of war? So when you look at it from that perspective, you then start to understand why, right? A nigga will go and like make this move and make this move. Neely Fuller Jr. actually talks about it. He says, if the 1% of black people can be seen as successful and seen or whatever, you can convince the other 99% that they can all do the same thing, right? So it eliminates the idea that you're still at war with this other side. Think about it. Every time black people built their own shit, circulated their own dollar, created their own currency, here come a fucking bomb. Here come a wildfire. Here come a roundups breaking into people's houses. You feel what I'm saying? Treating fucking neighborhoods like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's martial law. So from that perspective, you are a prisoner of war. And when you see somebody like Kanye, who builds his career within the community, but as he goes up, he's now almost forced to separate from the community, being related to Kim Kardashian, being a relation to Kim Kardashian's, all this industry shit that we really don't fully know about, right? It's like then being in hospitals, being sent to hospitals every time you got something to say, coming out the motherfucking boom, being killed by the media, bro. It's a lot going on. So I can't look at Kanye the same way I would look at Rory, because we are prisoners of war, living our lives, and naturally, right? Naturally as human beings, because they play on your instinct to survive. They play on all your natural human instincts. So when you're trying to survive, of course they got a system to catapult you so that you can survive and make money as long as you play by their rules. You are behaving like a prisoner of war. Who's to say in a society where it's not the same that that people would be behaving the same? That's why I can't judge it the same. That's just me, though. I can't judge it the same. I tried to build my own shit in this country, and we did a great job. And then you burned it down. You blew it up. You killed everybody. Like, we gotta have, even when we have issues with people in our communities, we gotta have compassion. We gotta have compassion. There's not enough compassion going around. You can have compassion and still hold niggas accountable, still walk outside and have your peace and be ready to defend yourself and still have compassion. You feel what I'm saying? That's just how I feel. And I'm standing on that. I'm standing on that. You feel me? It's possible to operate in this world and still operate in this world from a place of wanting to have as clean of a spirit as possible and still doing what you got to do. It's possible. You feel me? So I can't judge Kanye the same way I would look at Rory, even though they both human, right? But in this world, you gotta understand, everything ain't heaven. This ain't heaven. We're not in heaven. But you still want to get as close to that heavenly mind state and body as you can. You feel me? While operating in this fucking world. That's how I feel. But They both on bullshit. Exactly. They both on bullshit. Why do black people have to have compassion? Human beings have to have compassion. But I think black people have compassion already. We have all that. We just start to get to the point where we tell ourselves it's a weakness, not understanding that they don't have to be, one doesn't have to be eliminated for the other to exist. Because think about it, with no compassion, let's say we get in a position where as prisoners of war, we able to put ourselves in position and be on the same playing field or even on a higher playing field. Without that compassion, without that heart, that war is for no reason because we just going to do the same shit to the next group of people. Simple. Simple. If we getting after the white man, but it's just, we just going to build our own version. You got to be able to have compassion and love and still defend yourself. That's the resort. Gatekeeping, all of that, we don't got to do that without being compassionate. I can tell you, yo, you can't, I love you, but you can't come in here. You are a human being, but you can't come in here. You are a human being. You a sinner just like me, but you can't come in here. But we think that two things can't be true. And that's why it be so hard that, you feel what I'm saying? That's why it should be happening the way it is. The Black Panther, look, in general, most of the time, we can be taken advantage of because we not keeping our spirits clean as human beings. Then we can be played on our instincts. That's how functions and shit get fucking or organizations get broken down because they playing on the instincts of everybody involved. We got to be able to elevate past our instincts so we can elevate past the manipulation. If you can't forgive and have that compassion, you always gonna be a little tool. Because the second somebody do something that you can't forgive, they can they just go get somebody to do something for you that you can't forgive. Next thing you know, the whole organization coming down. Our revolution starts with our minds and our spirits. Then it goes physical. We trying to do just the physical. It goes from our minds and our spirits, then our physical. So clean up your spirit. Forgive, have compassion, but still do what you got to do to survive in this physical plane. Let me quit ranting though. Let's get it.
Especially when he's someone who built his whole name inside a space Black people created, Black people nurtured, and Black people kept alive. I mean, a space that feeds his pockets while he mocks the same people behind closed doors. And no, you can't compare that to Joe Rogan, Aiden Ross, or any of those dudes because their audiences are mostly white. That is their lane, their sandbox, their own circus. They're over that way. But Remick didn't stay on that side. He crossed the line. He walked straight into our house. He built a platform off of Black viewers, Black music, Black culture, a Black audience, and then used that access to spit on Black women when he thought nobody was looking. And don't get it twisted, man. I don't think he hates Black women. Not the way y'all thinking. It's darker than that. It's that sick, twisted mix of desire and superiority. That creepy fascination that only exists when someone fetishizes you while thinking they're above you. That weird race play energy people pretend doesn't exist. It's disturbing. And it's not the same as holding one of our own accountable. It's not even close. Don't blur those lines. Don't pretend this is equal because it's not. It's not equal. And what made everything hit even harder was what Remick did next. He got exposed for all those tweets. And instead of apologizing or even pretending to reflect, he walked straight into a Black Twitter space, a room full of Black creators, podcasters, YouTubers, and regular people who supported him for years. And the man chose violence. No apology, no sincerity, no accountability. He mocked, he smirked, he laughed like the whole thing was entertainment. And then he was on some twisted shit where he pretended to agree, but only to weaponize the agreement. When people would ask him, why did you say racist things about Black women? This is how he would reply.
Instead of taking the stance of trolling and joking your way through it, I would say a simple apology before things get out of hand would probably be the best bet. Or just at least go back to your own tweets and see how they can hit right now in 2025, because ghetto crayon colors, weave black and lace front blonde.
So I came here to joke.
Yeah, I don't know what this is right here. I thought y'all was in here laughing.
No, that's a fake fucking tweet. Like, what are we talking about?
Which
like what are we?
The crazy thing is, there's been no proof of any of this shit being fake. I haven't seen nothing. Usually, fake tweets come out, niggas able to prove it. Boom, boom, boom. I ain't seen one proof that these tweets are fake. Not one time. This is crazy. Yo, shout out Nate for the super chat. There's white people, and then there's those white people, like Rory and Aiden Ross. Have a good day, everyone. Right, okay. So this is how I feel. I feel like that natural prejudice is in all white people. That's how I feel. However, some white people act on it. Right? I think that's what it is. That's how I feel. Right? Some white people are even in position to use their power to take advantage of their prejudice, which in my perspective is racism. But I think all white people are like, anytime I meet a white person, in my perspective, oh yeah, this person definitely, whether they are accepted, whatever spot they're in as a human being at this time, they are definitely, you know what I'm saying? I know that there's some of that prejudice in there. Now, how do we interact here? You feel me? Where are you in your journey as far as understanding that prejudice or it's one thing to have that prejudice, right? That natural to see people in stereotypes and all that different shit. It's another thing to take advantage of it, use it to your advantage, and shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? But I do think Caucasian and people on baseline have that prejudice towards black people. Just like, you know what I'm saying? I think everybody has prejudice. But I do think, like, when you come in interaction in that way, that's something that you got to walk around and acknowledge. I don't know if that's a good thing to do, but hey, student of Neely Fuller. You feel what I'm saying? So from my perspective, his ideology, it's too much logic within it in the corners that make sense. You should be walking around from the free, right? But still aware and understanding where you are. You feel what I'm saying? It's not a prejudice per se, but they are programmed by society that they are superior. Right. It's that white is right-ish. Just like they try to program black people that we are lesser. Exactly. It's almost like I mean, really, yeah, that's really what it is. Because it'll be a white person who having just as many issues as you, struggling or whatever, growing up. You feel me? Seeing somebody, they got just, you go to their house, is issues, all types of shit, right? But society still convinces them that they not getting fucked. Like, that's really what it comes down to. They just give them more inclusion than others, but everybody getting fucked at the end of the day. Everybody. You feel what I'm saying? And I think when we get to that conversation where it's 500 white people over there, 500 black people over there, 500 Mexicans over there, 500 Native American, 500 even Caucasian, boom, boom. When we get in that conversation, like, bruh, hold on. We down here looking at whole time, it's these niggas. You feel what I'm saying? Whole time it's these niggas. You feel what I'm saying? And yeah, that's another conversation. Tiptoe Joe, thank you for the super chat. Speak. It's not that people can help it. Everyone has it. It's if you act on it. That's what I'm saying. We got to be compassionate enough to understand where it shows up in us, right? While still being able to recognize that I got to be able to be aware and defend myself, because everybody not operating like this. Everybody think they prejudice is right and they come in it. You feel me? They gonna act on it for sure if they want to. So it's keeping both things in mind. You feel what I'm saying? Keeping both things in mind.
Talking about right now. That account doesn't even fucking exist right now. Matter of fact, I disrespect white women. Listen, I'm not I get the tweets. I would be mad at them too if you get them out of context. I'm not defending them. It was a different time when we were joking back and forth with fake retweets and sarcasm and things going back and forth. But every last person that knows me for real, like, what are we talking about right now? But now I know it's only based because you guys were mad that I thought
that's cap.
That I thought
It's fucking cap.
Clips should be a fucking Grammy winner. I'm here to talk to everybody. Let's get into it because I agree with them. I think I'm awful. I think I'm a terrible racist.
Now, Rory,
I don't think I've empowered a single woman, especially black women. Like, why would I ever do that?
I know you're trolling.
Yeah, the trolling at this time ain't it, man. That just goes. That's what I'm saying. Like, he made it so much worse. He made it so much worse, man. I seen a comment that I wanted to address. Where is it? Okay, now what? Now that y'all made a few contents out of the situation, are y'all actually going to do something about it, like the way y'all feel, or eventually move on like everything else? I want to address this in general because this is something that we see a lot, not only in this space, but even the way people might criticize, for example, Kendrick Lamar, perfect example. People will say, yo, Kendrick is supposed to be this revolutionary, boom, boom, boom. Then how come he don't say free Palestine? You feel what I'm saying? Then how come he don't? And my whole thing is, I think from that perspective, you're looking at it when people talk like that. They're saying it from the perspective of, I want you to do it in a way from the perspective. I want you to do it in a way that I perceive change. I want you to do it in a way that is tangible for me to understand that it was change, right? Like, for perfect example, Kendrick Lamar might be out there saying free Palestine, right? But the nigga has been consistently making music that elevates, or at least if you take the opportunity, will elevate your consciousness because it'll address things about himself that then get you to reflect on yourself. And when you find those things about yourself, you have one of two choices: to either look away from it and let it go, or get to it and address it. And if you address it, you become lighter, which raises your frequency, which makes you make decisions that are more about the world, right? And things outside of your personal agenda. That's change. Just off that, in my perspective. That's revolutionized in my perspective, right? Your perspective might be change needs to be physical. So therefore, you want change that's physical. I think change comes from the mind and the spiritual. So therefore, I think Kendrick is revolutionary. You see what I'm saying? It's all about how you view change. But change is happening. Matter of fact, Rory, nigga deleted his Twitter. I'm not saying that's nothing, but the nigga felt the pressure. It escalated to the point where outlets that are anti-black themselves covered it in an attempt to, you feel what I'm saying? Like, it's not like he walked away without anything happening to him. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's the nigga. I feel like change is happening. We're having conversations we're having this conversation that, you know what I'm saying? It ain't a million people in here, but I know it's people in here having this conversation, coming to realizations, and that'll eventually change their perspective, which will change how they feel, their perspective, which will change their thoughts, which will change how they feel, which will change what they do, which will change what somebody else does. You feel me? But anyway, that's how I feel. Nate, appreciate you for super chat. I agree, Jalopy. It's about growth and using my privilege to make a difference. It's about breaking the programming and fighting that system. Boom. You feel what I'm saying? You can only do what you do. Black people have to walk around, or typically have to walk around every single day with these notions in our minds and these notions on our bodies and these things we can't control, right? So I think what some Caucasian people don't understand is that just because you have that uncomfortability in your existence being a Caucasian person because of how much race plays a role in this country, that don't mean that other races don't feel that. And everybody walk around with that because of how this country has been built. That's what capitalism does, right? We don't talk about the effects of capitalism on the psyche and the spirit. right? We all do talk about, oh, they get more money to them and they get more money to them, and boom, boom, boom. We don't talk about what it does to the spirit and the psyche. So, yeah, I think it is breaking the programming. Everybody has to break the programming. Black people have to break the programming of believing they're lesser, and white people have to break the programming of believing they're superior. And we all got to understand that there are things you can compete in and actually see, like, you feel what I'm saying? But it's not a competition, right? Which usually what capitalism is, it's not a competition if you get a 400-year head start, get all the land, get all the shit, can put all your store in everywhere, and then give everybody the scraps. And supposed to be able to say, like, oh, nah, you supposed to be on the same level as, no. So it's like, yeah, we got to break the program in general. And I think it's a collective effort. It should be a collective effort. And once the collective effort comes together, it won't be just black people being in a position where we can be seen as equal and treated as equal, right? On a level of making money and etc. Right? Opportunities, all that. But now the humanity as a collective are overthrowing the people who are taking advantage of human beings in our societies. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the height. That's the vision I see. I see a vision collectively. Humanity collectively. That's what I see. But shout out Andy Pandy for the super chat. I appreciate you for this self-righteousness of all the brothers, sisters. Rory situation has been crazy. I like you a lot, but your boy JV called B out my name. And what you mean? $5 for the super chat. I appreciate you. But what you mean by that? What you mean? I don't get it. Can you in a separate comment, can you break that down for me? But more like the self-righteousness of all the brothers. Yeah, like just let me know what you mean by that. I'm not clear. Let's get back to this video though. Great conversation though. So you see a new world order? Hey, I do. The new world order don't gotta go their way. That's just me though. It don't gotta go their way. You feel me? You said not more effing drama. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Andy Pandy, if you want to break that down for me, please do, because I don't really know what you mean by that. Let's be direct and clear. You feel me? Direct and clear, straight to the point. All right, let's get it.
Through this and joking through this, where you think that's a smart move when these things can get clipped up in 2025?
Clip them up. I know who I am.
Basically, there is no cancer culture.
And the people that know me know who I am. Let's laugh this whole shit up. Can you tell them how much I hate black women? Never mind. I'm gonna chill. Come on, let's talk about.
Boy, bye. That reaction was fake as fuck. I've said this on 3 other streams. Three other my streams. That's the first time I've ever seen you say that. That's the first time I've ever seen you say that. So I don't know. You talking about other streams on 3 other streams? Because that's the first time I've seen you say that on my stream. So I don't know. If you want to break it down, go ahead. But you have the floor to break down what you're talking about. So in order to get to a conclusion, you're gonna have to be direct and you're gonna have to be straightforward about what you're saying, not the the misdirection and all that stuff, but just be direct about what you're talking about if we're looking to get to a conclusion here.
Much I hate black women. Yeah, no, I absolutely hate them. I think all black women are.
I can't wait to put that while else
ugly and disgusting. I only think white is the only pure beauty.
Not because he.
Hold on. Since you collaborate him with so much, I've specifically been curious about your response. I don't know what's going on. I keep saying, you got to tell me. I don't know what you're saying. DeVille said she called me compromised because of the Virgil X616 breakdown. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Did he call you something racist? You feel me? He called you something racist? Because if y'all going back and forth and y'all arguing back and forth and y'all start disrespecting each other, y'all supposed to, you know what I mean? Like, if the nigga didn't call you nothing racist, then I mean, y'all had a confrontation and y'all went back and forth. So I don't know. Just break it down though, because this ain't really. We'll do this. We'll have that conversation after this video, because I tried to get it together right now, and it's too much. It's not enough. The conflict resolute, like getting to the point, breaking it down, addressing it, all that. We're not doing that enough. You feel what I'm saying? We're not doing that enough.
Meant the word.
We'll talk about that after the video.
Literally, but because he thought saying it sarcastically would make the harm disappear. It was a deflection wrapped in mockery, a way to take the accusation, repeat it out loud, and turn it into a joke so he didn't have to take full responsibility over it. He trolled for hours, bruh. Listen, 4 hours, literally, the number 4, laughing at the black women who were telling him how those tweets made them feel. I mean, some of those women had shaky voices. You could literally hear the anger, the hurt, the betrayal, and he laughed right through it.
Because what do you mean hood rat? What the fuck is you talking about?
First of all, I don't. Is hood rat a bad thing?
From a white nigga, yes, you a cracker.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, okay? This my thing. If you are in a verbal disagreement with somebody and y'all start getting busy, going back and forth, it's like y'all just gotta handle that, bro. Especially if somebody ain't saying, like, you feel what I'm saying? I don't know. If a nigga saying, like, you feel me? If a nigga ain't calling you nothing racist and boom, boom, it's just like, y'all beefing. Y'all talking shit to each other. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all talking shit to each other. I'm a goon, honestly. Hey, shout out G11 for the super chat. I'm a goon. Honestly, it's dope how positive some of you kids in the culture are. Keep it up and block out the hate if you have to. Hey, man, I'm at it. Look, I can see the difference between, I don't gotta attach with everything that somebody say to, you know what I'm saying? Like, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But I know how to differentiate, man. You feel me? So it's all good. I'm not, you and delete it, just like this shit. You and delete it, y'all got y'all shit. That's y'all shit. You feel me? But I don't know. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know. But appreciate you for the super chat. You can't defend me as a black woman, Jalopy. Look, Andy, look, this is the last time I'm gonna say it, Andy Pandy. Lay out the whole situation. It's no point even having this conversation. I can't read shit through like half sentence, like half, you know what I mean? Like I can't do half shit. That you got to be able to express yourself and communicate.
I don't think that's a bad thing.
Why are you saying hood rat? Why are you
I don't think the term ghetto is a bad thing. I don't think ratchet is a bad term. On the old podcast, I used to joke.
You're right.
If you ran into somebody named Beyonce, you'd be like, yo, what the fuck? If you never met Beyonce. Hood rat is fine. I don't think that's a bad term at all.
I already know you up here trolling.
No, I'm not trolling at all. I'm being dead ass now.
You know, I just been listening to you talk, and it ain't really what you saying, it's how you saying it.
That's fine.
Your tone is, your undertone is nasty.
Yeah. That's cool.
You know, I love my people, and I feel when my people are telling you they having a problem with what you're saying, it's hurting their feelings. You don't have to have that nasty undertone, that sarcastic undertone you having.
Yes.
Like an example, like, you know, like when you go into a store or if you're driving down the street and a white person just give you a certain look, it's like a feeling you get. You can like almost know what they saying when they look at you. That's the type of undertone you having in this spaces, Rory. I don't know you from a can of paint. You know, this is my first impression of you listening to you in these spaces. And I understand your colleagues and friends are saying, well, he has black friends. He likes to date black women.
That's not
like that.
Not
don't
what they're
make.
Saying, but go ahead.
They are saying
that's
that.
definitely
like,
what they're
he likes
saying.
Black women. He dates black women. We love him. Okay, but that don't make you unseasoned. I'm saying your undertone is nasty. Like if black women coming to you,
let that black woman
if
talk,
black
man.
women are coming to you, Rory, and telling you, look, man, I don't like what you said.
I ain't gonna lie. Me and Neek follow each other. It's a few people off of that I be seeing it. And I just love seeing the people that I interact with on Twitter. They always so well spoken. And every single one of them that are speaking in this video or in that space just articulate, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's beautiful. I love the space and the community that's growing out here.
It's making me feel away. And you are in a shared black space. You are actually in a black hip hop is actually urban street culture. It's our space, and you up in here, and we telling you how what you said is making us feel a certain way. You ain't gonna understand that feeling because you ain't black. It's not to like make you feel away. I'm just being truthful. You don't know what that feeling is gonna feel like.
I couldn't agree with you more. I'm saying,
and I'm pretty sure. No, let me speak. And I'm pretty sure you probably have a black woman in your life that you love her. You love her dearly. You probably have black children too. Children, they're going to come to you with this. And you're going to have to learn what to say. You need to tighten up. That's all I'm telling you. Like this little sarcastic tone you have and you making jokes about the tweets.
He's laughing right now. Like the shit is funny. I can literally hear him laughing. He's snickering like the shit is funny.
I'm the one that hates black women.
He smirked while they spoke. He snickered while they questioned him. He sounded entertained by their pain, and it didn't feel like a man defending himself. It felt like a man getting something out of watching them break, like the hurt was feeding him. That was the part that stuck with me, because who hears that many voices? The same people who supported him, boosted him, built his platform, and still reacts with smugness. It was the same energy black people recognize instantly, that cold, condescending tone white people use when you call them out for mistreating you. You know that smirk when they act like you're the irrational one for noticing the racism. That feeling you get when you walk into a store and the clerk looks at you like you don't belong. And when you question it, they act offended you even asked. It was that kind of energy. Familiar, ugly, nasty. And in that moment, it became obvious. Those tweets weren't jokes. That was who he really was. No remorse, no reflection, no humanity underneath that mask. Just entitlement, contempt, and it twisted the real on watching black women hurt, watching black women's pain. It was about that moment the timeline remembered Remick is not different. He is not an exception, he is the rule. He's the same type of white man who steps into black spaces, benefits from the community, profits off the culture, then betrays it the moment he feels challenged. He laughed at black women being hurt. He laughed at their reactions. He acted like they were overreacting to racism that he created. That is not confusion. That's entitlement. That's not old tweets, man. That's his character. That's not ignorance. That's identity. And this is the part that's been blowing my mind. Pause. I keep seeing people on every platform bending over backwards to defend this guy. Every platform. I mean, YouTube, Twitter, everywhere. Saying he's not racist. It was just jokes. Twitter was wild back then. All right, look. Before I saw everything, even me, I tried to give him that grace. I said Rory might be stereotyping. He might be a bit prejudiced, which is still under the umbrella of race.
Hey, Diamond Dozen, what's the word?
Racism, by the way. But I didn't just jump straight to the worst conclusion. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. But after seeing tweet after tweet after tweet, especially that Tar Baby one, yeah, nah, there's no coming back from that one. Because why the fuck is you putting the word tar next to the word baby? A baby, man, an innocent child. Do you know how cruel you have to be inside to even think like that, let alone type it out and hit tweet? Think about all the beautiful dark-skinned babies in our community, the melanin, the innocence, and he weaponized that imagery. Turned it into a punchline. And everybody wants to hide behind the old Twitter humor, the RT jokes. But let's keep it lit. It's the fact that he still typed it. He still thought it. He still connected blackness with filth. He still degraded black women. And he turned it into a joke and hit send on his computer or on his phone. And the wild part is, when you defend him, you're standing in front of the bullets he meant for your own family. Your mother, your sister, your daughter, your auntie, your cousins, your wife, your girlfriend. I don't care if you're half black either. Enough of all that shit. I'm talking to all black people right now. Biracial, light skin, dark skin. If it runs in your veins at all, he's talking about your people.
Look, this is what I'm saying. Twitter was crazy, but it's like Tar Baby. That was never acceptable in any era of anything. Outside of the, you know what I'm saying? Outside of the era when niggas was, you know what I'm saying? Less than human. I mean, technically, they still got us as less than human in that motherfucking. You feel me? If we being real. But it's like, yeah. Tar Baby? Nah. Tar Baby is outrageous. Like I said, Tar Baby is like, bro, do you know how deep in your bag you got to get to pull out Tar Baby? That's like a fade over the right shoulder. Like, that's like, you feel me? That's like a nigga that can shoot, dunk, layup, and shoot the midi. Like, you gotta have a deep bag to pull out Tar Baby. That's insane. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. And I know Twitter was crazy. Niggas used to be able to say anything. You feel what I'm saying? But come on.
A white man crosses at a HBCU and one of the most prestigious.
I didn't cross at a HBCU.
You crossed at a PWI? So you crossed at a PWI with a historic historic black fraternity, and 2 years later these tweets were tweeted out. Riley, you don't see how a black man could respond that way to him?
I get where Rory's coming from on that end. But yeah, to answer your question, I can understand how any black person who's not familiar with Rory and his sense of humor, I can understand how that could come across. And I'm not...
I agree with it. I agree with it right there. I'm with him.
You have an opportunity to either address it or make a joke off of it. He chose to make a joke. Hold up. He chose to make jokes off of it, right? He was like, well, yeah, I'm a racist. You could have addressed it and said sorry and moved on. You know what I'm saying?
And I get you on that, but here's the conflicted part. On one hand, I get you on that, but on the other hand, I get Rory.
You're trying to play it down as if like it's not. You're not carrying it. It's not carrying it.
You're not even African American. Shut the fuck up.
So what? I'm African. So what? What's your point?
This fake ass outrage.
What's your point?
This is fake as hell, man.
What's fake?
Yeah. Hey, Rory, don't apologize.
We talked about this last time too. What does this have to do with anything? I understand there's a difference between an American black person and an African, right? An African that comes from Africa, right? I know there's a difference. But like I said in the other live, I think at the highest level, right, our blackness worldwide. You can't envision that? I can envision that. Shouldn't we be defending each other? Shouldn't we want an African to speak up and defend black people that are in America when shit like this take place? Why wouldn't we want that? You feel what I'm saying? Why wouldn't we want that? You feel what I'm saying? Transatlantic slave trade brought West Africans everywhere. So we all have West African blood, even Jamaicans and Haitians. I'm saying, like, I feel like I said in the other live, it's the same thing. You can have pride in your tribe. Have pride in your tribe, but just respect everybody else's tribe. And we'll be in a damn near perfect world. Love your tribe, but respect everybody else's tribe. Have pride in your tribe, but respect everybody else's tribe. Live and let live. Simple. It's so simple. It's so simple, bro. Them Africans made it very clear where they stand. They be mad disrespectful to African Americans. Now, this is my thing. We gotta be careful when I see what you're saying, right? But we gotta be careful when we generalize shit. You feel me? We gotta be careful when we generalize shit, because it's not like Africans in general feel that way. You feel what I'm saying? I think it's just some Africans feel that way. Some Africans feel like they're above African Americans. But how much of that do you think is tied to white supremacy? How much of that do you think is tied to the brainwashing of white supremacy? Actually, boom, This comes back to my point earlier. This is why when we are judging our own community, right, we still got to hold people accountable, but understand the prisoner of war is acting like a prisoner of war. That's what we have to understand. Some of us break through, try to find other ways to get it done, all that. But a prisoner of war is behaving like a prisoner of war. You see what I'm saying? If the entire system worldwide is based on colorism, it's based on you know what I'm saying, assimilation with whiteness, right? Then most people who look down on people who are not white are only behaving under the circumstance, under the environment of the umbrella of white supremacy. So that doesn't excuse what any black person is doing, right? That doesn't excuse it. But when you go into it and you look at it, just keep that in mind. That motherfuckers is prisoners of war right now. You feel what I'm saying? Motherfuckers prisoners of war. And it takes hard work. It takes hard work to break down these barriers, bro. It takes hard work to break down those mental and spiritual barriers, bro. Really hard work. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it takes really, really hard work. That's even excruciating. You feel what I'm saying? It can be excruciating, but it's worth it in the end when your heart is open. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, let's keep going.
Apologize. Fuck these fake ass, outraged ass people.
Whoa. First of all, I'm not doing that.
And a lot of you guys are caping and sprinting in front of him like a human shield. For what? Yeah, I saw his co-host defending him. I'm not shocked. I mean, that's their bag. That's their livelihood. That's their bills. Let's just keep it real. That's their bills. That's their job. That's their in-house problem. Of course, they're going to protect their check. But when I hear other black people hopping on the mic defending him, I'm like, are you serious right now? You just set us back decades. You sound like every Uncle Ruckus stereotype ever written. And you sound like Samuel L. Jackson's character in Django, over here trying to protect him harder than he's even trying to protect himself. Those characters existed for a reason, because people like that existed. And that's exactly why these white podcasters and YouTubers, they keep crossing that line, because y'all keep making them comfortable. You enable their comfort, you cushion their fall, and you soften the blow that was meant to teach them something. But yeah, Remick, he messed up completely, man. He showed us exactly who he is. With that tweet alone, even if it was the only one, that was racist. And the same people defending him are the same ones who explode over in-house drama. Ain't that some shit? I mean,
whoa. That's a bomb. That's a bomb. That's a bomb. The same ones that protecting Rory blow up about in-house shit. That's a bomb. That's a bomb. Who was them Africans? I think you was talking to I don't think that was for me, right? That's for Raikou, right? He said, who was them Africans who made it clear this smells like a psyop? How many Africans have you met? Now, the funny thing is, right? I actually got just a little, all right. I was working at this one job and I met this African dude who literally came straight from Africa. I think it was Rwanda. He came straight from Rwanda. So he came really from it was a whole genocide going on over there. Like, that's why a lot of the people from Rwanda was moving elsewhere, right? So even he had microaggressions that he was not aware of, right? Now the thing is, when I heard his microaggressions, I wasn't surprised, because he is not from America. He's not a Black American, right? So I really had to break it down to him the same way I'll be breaking down to others, right? I really had to tell him the reason why you can't say this. You can't say it like this. You doing this is not, you feel me? That's not the move, right? Because he was unaware. But once I gave him the game, it was all good. Everything was good. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not going to sit here and act like what Raikou was saying isn't true. There are Africans that I've met, plenty of them, who feel that energy of, I am above you. because you are a Black American and I'm an African. Real talk. But I've also met Africans who I can really just get that game to, and they get it. You feel what I'm saying? And that's because they've been receiving the same programming that we are lesser, that, you know what I'm saying, that everybody get. They want the whole world to think we're lesser, and that should tell you everything you need to know. That should tell you everything you need to know. Lil old us. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, as far as what the leader was saying was too, right? Maul is very interesting because you can't act like you can't be surprised by this. There's no way in the world that anybody's surprised that Maul was behaving in the way he was behaving. I mean, I think anybody who has been ignoring the things that Drake was doing, right? Because he said, "I'm so sorry, Jalopy." This, hey, look, Andy, real quick. This is what I'm gonna ask for you, all right? Just on some respect shit, okay? If you wanna, you know what I'm saying? I know if you want to have a conversation with the Ville or something and have some type of, you feel me? We can do that in the Discord or something. You feel what I'm saying? But as of right now, let's not make this video about that situation. You feel what I'm saying? Let's just dive in on this. Check this out. If you want to come join my Discord and have a real conversation with, you know what I'm saying? I know the Ville's in there. You want to go in and talk to them? Y'all want to have like a little whatever? Cool. But as of right now, no. Let's do real conflict resolution if that's what we're going to do. You feel what I'm saying? And I don't think, you know what I'm saying? So we can have a conversation in there. You feel me? But let's say that for later. You know what I'm saying?
Between other Black people. They're the ones that get hella angry and mad about Ye and Tyler. More angry than they will ever at a white man degrading Black women. I feel like they were more angry at them than they were at Rory. That's when I realized some of y'all aren't defending him. You're defending the version of yourselves that has been conditioned to put whiteness first. Y'all gotta break that spell, man. Lift the veil, wake up. Because y'all don't realize the way some of y'all are moving is exactly how they want you to move. And it's obvious Rory has some kind of issue with Rock Nation and Jay-Z. And I wouldn't be surprised if somebody already talked to him and pressed him. And I'm not talking about that goofy ass Twitter Rock Nation agents in the shadow nonsense either. I'm not talking about that. I mean real conversations, real circles, real street shit. Because at the end of the day, his co-host Maul is Big's little brother. Biggs is co-founder of Rockefeller. And they still locked in with Jay-Z to this day. And Rory didn't just disrespect Beyonce. He disrespected Blue Ivy, a child. He took shots at Rihanna repeatedly, tweet after tweet, showing this weird obsessive fixation. And then there's even Kelly Rowland. He tweeted about wanting to grab her, saying he didn't care about her age because, you know, she older than him and shit. He didn't treat her like a respected artist, a mother, or an icon. After all of that, this man had the audacity to propose to his Black wife at the Rock Nation brunch, standing in the same space as the very women he demeaned, smiling as if he wasn't talking crazy behind closed doors for years. It's strange, it's unsettling, it feels like a quiet resentment he's too scared to say out loud.
Not only did Rory go in, Rory proposed at the Rock Nation brunch. Rory, I don't ever want to hear you say you anti-industry. I don't want to hear that fake, I'm not an industry person type. There is nothing more industry than proposing at the Rock Nation fucking brunch, bro. You had to ask Jay-Z for permission like Jay-Z is your woman's daddy.
Yo. Hey. Shout out Just Be Happy for the super chat. I appreciate you. Every time I hear this Spaces audio, it makes me want to crash out on Rory, his anti-Black apologist. He is full mask off, hiding behind their protection. Whew. Look. This shit crazy, bro. I think, yeah, Rory, yeah, that, because I didn't really know this. I didn't know this. So, doing that at the Rock Nation after talking about, yeah, that's kind of, I see.
Okay, to propose to her at the Rock Nation brunch. You propose somewhere where you know you can go back to. Rory, you may not get an in.
What's going on? Okay.
Invite next year. All right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can take my daughter and say, y'all propose to your mom right there.
Yeah.
Right.
Your daughter I know your children ain't going to the Rock Nation brunch. All right. When y'all have kids, them kids ain't going to be at the Rock Nation brunch. Blue Ivy, them in the future, is not inviting Rory's kids to the Rock Nation brunch. Saying like that shit was wild to me, bro.
I'm the one that hates black women.
I mean, maybe it's envy, maybe it's insecurity. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's weird though. It could be some twisted need to be embraced by the very people he keeps disrespecting. But whatever it is, the energy is off. And it's weird as fuck. You got a sick mind, Rory. Remick is not a glitch in the system. He's the system working exactly how it's designed. A white man in a black space who thinks he deserves to be in the same room, even as he mocks the people inside it. The psychological horror of all this is simple. He never respected the code.
Jalopy, you need mods. Okay, I just don't know how to make mods. I stream from Streamlabs, so maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll do it mods. I'll figure it out later or something. Unless y'all know how to do it from Streamlabs, but I don't know how to make mods. Yeah, I don't know how to make mods, man. I'll figure it out, though. I don't got no mods. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah.
Culture. There's no way you respect a culture that was birthed from black women. Black women birthed the sons and the daughters that created hip hop. He only respected what it gave him: the visibility, the audience, the clout, the belonging. But belonging means nothing when it isn't mutual. And honestly, the only funny part in all this shit was timing. And I don't know, man, maybe it's just coincidence, but I made one tweet, just one. I said I might make a video about the situation. I quoted one of Rory's old tweets, and I said something like, I guess I have to make a video. Don't strike me again. And the moment I hit send, he appeared. He jumped into that Twitter space like he felt like the walls was closing in. And before anyone...
I'm saying, bruh, I knew when that nigga brought up deleted unprompted, I'm like, yeah, he know he about to get hit with some shit. He about to get hit with some shit. And I'm glad deleted did the right he censored this shit the right way, man. You know what I'm saying? That nigga was terrified.
When even could fully address the tweets, some of the first words out of his mouth were basically
because I see that weirdo, the deleted villain, now going off about to start a video of me.
It showed exactly where his mind was at, that the fear wasn't about the harm he caused, but about being exposed. Because I don't think Rory felt that it was going to get bigger than that Twitter space, but he was wrong.
Facts. Because he joined that Twitter space. He joined that Twitter space doing all that goofy shit, and he really did that. He was doing all that goofy shit, and then really it's crazy. He said, "I would have loved to see Gina pop off." Shit, I mean, she didn't really say much at all, huh? When she was in there, yeah.
I mean, that chaos grew like wildfire. He did the damage to himself. And I'm going to be real with you. At first, I wasn't taking this seriously. I wasn't planning on a pack out. I was literally just going to document it, crack a few jokes and move on. But once I actually sat in that space, once I heard the way he talked, the way he laughed, the way he mocked people who were hurt, something shifted. Yeah, this isn't old Twitter humor, and this sure in the hell wasn't a misunderstanding. This was a man unraveling in real time and showing everyone exactly who he's always been.
I'm the one that hates black women.
I'm not.
Hey, y'all know what's crazy about Gina Views? I didn't know exactly who Gina Views was, right? But then I seen her with DJ doing the DJ Head show, right? And then I was like, wait, I seen her before, bruh. She always be at the battle rap events, the riot events by Geechee Gotti. She be in the front and shit. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Really tapped in.
With that cancel culture shit, I don't need you to platform Rory.
On some battle rap shit.
I don't want you silenced. I want you right there, holding your mic and keep pretending everything's normal because I'm your villain. The one you accidentally created the moment you crossed the wrong line in the wrong community. I'm not here to end you. I'm here to tell the truth about you. You gotta face that. And every time you say my name, every time you let me live rent-free in your mind, I'ma show up just like that. I'ma show up like Candyman, except the reflection is you. I mean, you know, the most cringiest edgelord kind of way you can imagine, right? Rory, let's talk direct. Since you like to dance around the truth but never face it.
Yo, the Rory shit got me crying, bro. Yo.
And honestly, because what I'm about to say, this isn't a diss. This isn't me trying to be funny. This is advice that you should really take with you and consider. You built a life inside Black spaces. You built a career off Black voices, Black music, Black culture, and Black approval. You stood shoulder to shoulder with the very people your old tweets mocked.
This picture is the way it keep like glitching and shit. Hold on. Yo, this shit is crazy.
And honestly, because what I'm about to say, this isn't a diss. This isn't me trying to be funny. This is advice that you should really take with you and consider. You built a life inside Black spaces. You built a career off Black voices.
Yo, I keep pausing on this part. My fault, y'all. But hey, Holly B, I appreciate you for the super chat. That's love. My gift is mesmerizing culture norms through the decades. There's much that needs to be discussed, specifically the failure of Gen X, me, and early millennials not pouring down our history. We pass down our comfort instead. Ooh, shit. Woo. Woo. I ain't gonna lie. That's heavy. That's heavy. That's heavy. That's heavy. That's heavy, bro. Because I really feel like when you talk to Gen Z, like that's I mean, damn, passing down the comfort. I feel like Gen Z missed a lot of we missed a lot of shit. I ain't gonna lie. Like, even when we talk about house ownership and all the different shit, like shit is like shit is about to be, it's looking bad. Like I think the average Gen Z American doesn't move out of their parents' homes until 27, I believe. They're 27 to 28. And that has been rising like consistently. But I see what you're saying. I don't think a lot of game was given to Gen Z as a whole. And honestly, I definitely feel that way. I definitely feel like there's a couple things that we missed out on that we didn't get passed down to our generation. But yeah, I agree. And I think that's powerful. I think it's a powerful way to put everything that's going on into perspective. They said Gen Z and millennials got left behind. I ain't gonna lie. They left Gen Z in the fucking, they left us in the gutter. They left us in the gutter. They left Gen Z in the gutter. We don't get none of this shit that was promised to them niggas before. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm not saying them niggas is in like my ancestors. I'm talking about, you feel me? Them niggas is crazy. To the elders. You feel me? We didn't really get that passed down to the elders. I mean, from the elders. We didn't get a lot of game passed down from the elders. I'm just being honest. And if you talk to Gen Z, you'll notice. And that's what I learned a lot. Y'all, people got to start talking. Y'all got to start talking to us. Y'all got to start talking to us. He said, nah, put this on the elder millennials were dawed the BS and called it out and got called soft. Pac got this interview where he said the same about the generation before him. Ain't Tupac a millennial? Nah, I think Tupac is Tupac would be Gen X. No? It was 1971. What generation is 1971? Gen X. Okay, cool. Okay. But yeah, I feel like Gen Z, we missing a lot of pieces that we didn't get. You feel what I'm saying? It's just like, I don't know, bro. He said, I don't know, bro. We don't get none of the promises. college degree leading to a ain't guaranteeing you nothing. You feel what I'm saying? High school diploma ain't guaranteeing you nothing. This niggas with high school diplomas, college can't get a fucking job. You feel what I'm saying? It's crazy. Like all the promises that the previous generations got, we don't get none of those promises. This shit burning down on all while we growing up. You feel what I'm saying? But no, I just wanted to acknowledge what Holly B was saying real quick. That was deep.
Black music, Black culture, and Black approval. You stood shoulder to shoulder with the very people your old tweets mocked, minimized, and sexualized. You climbed a ladder made from the very same communities you laughed at behind a tweet. And here's the part that should eat you alive at night. You didn't just disrespect Black women. You disrespected the blueprint of your own household, the foundation under your feet, the bloodline you chose to mix with. You married a Black woman. You created a Black daughter. You held them close while knowing how you truly view the women who look like them as punchlines, stereotypes, and fantasies. You went online and turned Black womanhood into a joke, then went home and rested your head next to one. You mock the very image of your daughter, what she sees in the mirror, and the image she'll see even more clearly as she grows older, what society brings her, the racism that she will have to face as she grows. Because when she finds those tweets, and she will someday, how do you think
Woo! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's heavy. That's heavy. That's heavy. That's heavy. Woo. That's like, nigga, damn. Whew. Oh man, bro, that's deep. Because it's like when you really look at it, when you go in there, right? When you go in there, it's like, damn. Because to go in that space, I didn't even know all this. That's the thing. I didn't know this. To go into that space and acting like that, knowing that you have that's insane. That's insane. That's insane. That's insane, bro. That's crazy.
she's gonna feel? Confusion, shame, or that small heavy ache every Black girl knows too well when she realizes the world sees her as less. And you being her father, contributed to that.
Yo, I know I keep pausing it at the coldest part. I know, but I gotta acknowledge what Holly B was saying. You feel me? Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. She said, though I was upset that certain people didn't vote, I cannot blame the younger generation because there's a lot of context and history we didn't pass down, and it truly hurts us today. I'm not gonna lie. People get mad at me because, and I really appreciate you saying this as an elder, right? Because people do really get mad at me for not believing in the political system at all. You feel what I'm saying? But I have voted, and that's the crazy thing. As a matter of fact, it was always within my intention, right? Even though I didn't believe in my politics, it was always within my intention to, on a national level, participate. And the second I turned 18, the year I turned 18, which was 2016, I was able to vote, right? And I voted for Bernie Sanders. Because as an 18-year-old, you remember how Bernie, I don't know if y'all remember, Bernie Sanders had my generation. He had my generation like in the palm of his hand. He was talking all the shit that we was talking. I feel like my generation is sort of like, I don't really know much about it, but you know, there was that whole era in the motherfucking 70s when they was on some, you feel me? really really in general, but it felt like more collective in the 70s. Really just anti, you feel me? I feel like Gen Z is like a hybrid of that. Or for the most part, before they started manipulating a good amount of us. But Bernie Sanders at that time, that was my first vote ever. And I was so happy about it. I remember going to a Bernie Sanders rally and crying, shedding tears, because I really felt like, yo, this could really be the turn of this country. You feel what I'm saying? We can really get to the point where people are seen or where the people control the force, right? Where we treat the working class like they deserve, like how they deserve to be treated. You feel what I'm saying? And then I got old, and then I think it was like a little bit. I seen him. What's it called? She said instead of Hillary Clinton, you wrote in Bernie. My fault, y'all. That was an accident. But she said you wrote in Hillary Clinton. I said instead of Hillary Clinton, you wrote in Bernie Sanders. Yes. Yes, I did. What's the problem? I'm confused. I'm not one of those people that think because I'm not a Democratic, like, I'm always gonna vote Democrat. Like, I'm not that guy. There's a reason I voted Bernie Sanders, because he joined as an independent. That was one of the main reasons. And then I loved the shit he was talking. And I was 18. If you got a Democratic or if you got an independent guy who's talking that shit and it can dismantle this system or it has an idea of dismantling the system, that's the type of shit I'm on. But when I found out that even Bernie Sanders was bowing down, I gave up. I said, yeah, it's over. And that's what people don't understand about Gen Z. They mad at Gen Z because a lot of us don't believe in a political system. But the one guy that we fucked with that had all the popular vote, that had fucking rallies, right, of just thousands and thousands. He clearly had the most on-ground support. He didn't win. And in that process, a lot of Gen Z gave up on politics. Especially when we found out that Bernie Sanders be kissing boots too. You feel me? So we said, fuck that, nigga. We said, fuck that, nigga. A lot of Gen Z said, fuck that shit. You feel me? We ain't finna keep playing this game and y'all don't take us seriously. We told y'all who the fuck we wanted. He had the most support. Why did he win? Because it's more extra games to this shit. You feel what I'm saying? It's extra games to this shit. So yeah, I appreciate you, Holly B, for even bringing that up though. But yeah, Gen Z, I think a lot of hope was lost in that election.
Face as she grows, because when she finds those tweets, and she will someday, how do you think she's gonna feel? Confusion, shame, or that small heavy ache every black girl knows too well when she realizes the world sees her as less? And you being her father contributed to that. You didn't just talk about strangers, you talked about her future, about women who looks like her. And instead of protecting that, you fueled the same systems that tried to break them. You used our spaces for safety. You used our culture for identity. But when your guard slipped, your tweets showed exactly who you were, comfortable being when nobody was watching. You said that they were just jokes. However, that didn't show when you were in those Twitter spaces. You laughed. You didn't have a care in the world on how you made these black women feel. And that's the real betrayal. Not necessarily the jokes, not the fake RTs, not the old Twitter excuses. It's the fact that you fed off of a community you didn't respect, and you laughed at real life black women's faces. You're not black, but you have a black family. You have a black wife and a black child. However, you never unlearned the mindset of the systems that try to destroy black families. And whether you admit it or not, that contradiction lives on you permanently. You don't get to hide behind your marriage or your child as proof as anything, because plenty of white men have conceived with black women and still despises them. History already told us that story. So here's the truth you can't outrun. You became a father to the very demographic you demeaned, and you still haven't apologized with the weight that reality deserves. Sit with that. Sit with the fact that your daughter will grow into the same black woman you mocked, and she's going to know her father.
Goodness. Your daughter is going to grow into the same black woman you mocked. Oh my God. This is crazy. He said folks were going to rallies and for content and clicks, not really getting to the polls. Nigga, we did vote. What? We're going to talk about that later. You're tripping. The 2016, bro, you're tripping. We showed up in droves voting. What are you talking about? That's cap. But anyway.
One stood on the wrong side of her identity. That's not something a PR team could fix. That's not something a podcast can laugh off. That's not something a 4-hour Twitter space can bury. And that's something you should be afraid of, not deleted villain. You should be afraid to face your daughter when she asks you, why would you say those things? Because that's something that's going to follow you, lives with you, and eventually forces you to confront who you were and who you pretended to be. And if you're not going to apologize to us, Rory, I sure as hell hope you apologize to her, because just like our mothers, our sisters, and our aunties didn't deserve your careless behavior in the Twitter spaces towards black women, your wife and daughter didn't either.
Random. Deleted definitely tapped in on that anime shit. He had a couple clips in here where I'm like, oh, okay, he know ball. He had a couple anime characters here and there during this shit at the beginning in the intro. I'm like, he know ball. He know ball. But nah, that was bruh. That last part, that was filthy. I kind of want to watch the last part uninterrupted. Because we did pause a whole lot. Yeah, let me watch this uninterrupted. No interruptions.
You're right. Let's talk direct. Since you like to dance around the truth but never face it. And honestly, because what I'm about to say, this isn't a diss. This isn't me trying to be funny. This is advice that you should really take with you and consider. You built a life inside black spaces. You built a career off black voices, black music, black culture, and black approval. You stood shoulder to shoulder with the very people your old tweets mocked, minimized, and sexualized. You climbed a ladder made from the very same communities you laughed at behind a tweet. And here's the part that should eat you alive at night. You didn't just disrespect black women. You disrespected the blueprint of your own household, the foundation under your feet, the bloodline you chose to mix with. You married a black woman. You created a black daughter. You held them close while knowing how you truly viewed the women who look like them as punchlines, stereotypes, and fantasies. You went online and turned black womanhood into a joke, then went home and rested your head next to one. You mocked the very image of your daughter, what she sees in the mirror, and the image she'll see even more clearly as she grows older, what society brings her, the racism that she will have to face as she grows. Because when she finds those tweets, and she will someday, how do you think she's going to feel? Confusion, shame, or that small heavy ache every black girl knows too well when she realizes the world sees her as less? And you being her father, contributed to that. You didn't just talk about strangers, you talked about her future, about women who looks like her. And instead of protecting that, you fueled the same systems that tried to break them. You used our spaces for safety. You used our culture for identity. But when your guard slipped, your tweets showed exactly who you were, comfortable being when nobody was watching. You said that they were just jokes. However, that didn't show when you were in those Twitter spaces. You laughed. You didn't have a care in the world on how you made these black women feel. And that's the real betrayal. Not necessarily the jokes, not the fake RTs, not the old Twitter excuses. It's the fact that you fed off of a community you didn't respect, and you laughed at real life black women's faces. You're not black, but you have a black family. You have a black wife and a black child. However, you never unlearn the mindset of the systems that try to destroy black families. And whether you admit it or not, that contradiction lives on you permanently. You don't get to hide behind your marriage or your child as proof as anything, because plenty of white men have conceived with black women and still despises them. History already told us that story. So here's the truth you can't outrun. You became a father to the very demographic you demeaned, and you still haven't apologized with the weight that reality deserves. Sit with that. Sit with the fact that your daughter will grow into the same black woman you mocked, and she's going to know her father once stood on the wrong side of her identity. That's not something a PR team can fix. That's not something a podcast can laugh off. That's not something a 4-hour Twitter space can bury. And that's something you should be afraid of, not delete a villain. You should be afraid to face your daughter when she asks you, why would you say those things? Because that's something that's going to follow you, lives with you, and eventually forces you to confront who you were and who you pretended to be. And if you're not going to apologize to us, Rory, I sure as hell hope you apologize to her, because just like our mothers, our sisters, and our aunties didn't deserve your careless behavior in the Twitter spaces towards black women, your wife and daughter didn't either.
Bruh. It's like, if you're not going to be apologetic, at least be apologetic for them. But that's the thing. If it's a fetish, and you know what? I'm not even going to act like I know what's going on in their situation, because I don't. But let's be real. If we looking at all the context clues, it's like it feel fetishy. You feel what I'm saying? It really do to talk like that in that way, and then you feel me? It really do. It feel fetishy, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's fetishy, like, and to end up my thing is this: to have a daughter, right, and then to still go in that space and talk like that. And not even be like, damn, not even really like cross your perspective or that's crazy. That's crazy, bro. That put that shit in a whole, that right there put this whole shit, like, it's like, damn, and you still couldn't get into space and really just, you feel me? It could have just been like, yo, like, listen, man, I understand, like, I shouldn't have been saying that, boom, boom, I moved to blah, 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 show some shit that show you changed, boom, boom, whatever. Like, but it's like when that's deep and it's encoded, listen, it's just being luster after get you in trouble. Yeah, love and lust are two different things, man. Two different things. You'll be very surprised. That's why celibacy is so important. Because you'll be surprised who you really fuck with and who you don't fuck with. If you really fuck with your partner when you know what I'm saying? When you're not, especially as a man. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, it's and that shit, see, and that shit go back to lust. It's a deep conversation. That's a deep conversation, man. But I seen that there was some super chats. This nigga, man. Yo. G Lambo said whole video was mid. That's cap, bro. That's cap. He said Rory's still gonna eat in black spaces. All right, let's talk about that. Okay, Rory gonna be sitting next to some black dude soon, right? Without apologizing or taking accountability whatsoever. And y'all gonna act like because he's sitting down with some black nigga that he's sitting down with all black people. I hate that. I'm not gonna lie, I really do. I hate that. Him sitting next to Mao or him sitting next to fucking, it's like, nigga, you're really contributing that to the whole community. Come on, dog. Nah. We gotta stop doing that. We gotta stop doing that. We got to stop doing that. And I'm a person that, bro, this is my thing. Y'all might be like, bro, I feel like you too, whatever or whatever. I constantly battle with my forgiveness and my battle, and then the other side. I constantly battle with that because I'm a human trying to be more like Jesus every day. You feel what I'm saying? Trying to get closer to living the way that Jesus lived. You feel what I'm saying? I'm talking his ideologies, his perspectives. Like, but really, it's like, I believe everybody can change, right? But you always gonna find out if somebody is willing to change in these moments. In these moments. You feel what I'm saying? If a white dude, if the dude, like for example, hey, we decipher, what's good? What's good, man? Me, you, and the Ville, we gotta do another one. We gotta do another one, man. This week or something. But yeah, like, it's just like, why did the lighting get like that? What the fuck? That was, anyway. But yeah, it's just like, I know people can change. I know people can change. When you go do these workshops, man, when you go do these workshops and you see what people go from to what they become, and it just, anybody can change. But there are moments where somebody is going to show you whether they're willing to change. And that's two different things. That's two different things. Wanting to change, the ability to change and willing to change, two different things. Every human being on the planet has the ability to change at any time. From this second to that second, you can change completely. Instead of waking up at 9, you can wake up at 7, and every day, your whole reality will transform. That's how it works, right? But being willing to change is a whole different perspective. And that's what you'll see. You'll see these Caucasian guys end up in these scenarios because of the environments they grow up in, right? But then you'll see the ones that have the heart of love and compassion and want to change. And then you'll see the people who lean more into the superiority and are not willing to change. Rory is one of those guys at this moment where he like, it's really, at this point, it's no coming back. You can't really spin back at all. And I don't think just because that nigga go sit with fucking Mal, that mean that black people it brought him in. I don't feel that way. I don't feel that way. So when we talk about, oh, niggas not, he's still gonna be eating in black spaces. What type of black spaces? What type of black spaces are we talking about? That's the real conversation. Fuck a black space. What type of black space? What do they believe? What do black people in that space believe? That's what we got to start talking about. Because every black space ain't the same black space. So just because a nigga go sit with Mao, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that he eating in black spaces. You feel what I'm saying? We got to stop. Look, niggas got to stop thinking just because niggas black that niggas can't do no wrong. That's just not, we human. You feel me? Have that compassion. I have extra compassion for my people. I have compassion for everybody, but I got extra compassion for my people. But that still don't mean I don't be, you feel me? You got to understand that. You got to understand that. You got to understand that. You feel me? A nigga go sit with fucking Al Sharpton and shit. That don't mean the nigga in a black space. I'm just saying. Nigga, somebody just told me I should have, look, no disrespect to Andy, but she just told me I should have voted for Hillary, and Hillary was walking around with fucking hot sauce in her back, in her book bag, talking about pulling up to the Breakfast Club, talking about, hey guys. Like, you feel me? Like, it's come on. Come on, man. Come on, man. You feel me? Shout out Jims for the super chat. I appreciate you. G trolling and distracting throughout this whole stream and then saying this video was made is exactly why this video was made. This ain't a joke, kid. Yo. Hey, what the hell's going on with my camera? Why does my camera keep... What the hell's going on, bro? But yeah, nah. Imagine me voting for Hillary Clinton. No disrespect to Andy Pandy though. That's why I'm not mad at you for thinking what you think, because you should be able to think what you think. But for me, Hillary would if y'all ever see me vote for Hillary, something wrong. Something wrong. If y'all ever see me vote for really a Democrat politician or a Republican politician, something is wrong. You're gonna have to go above and beyond as a Democrat to win me. I'm not voting for centrist. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not fighting for niggas who pretend to be left. Oh no, I'm saying in general. I'm not saying she said. I'm saying in general. You feel me? I'm saying in general. Oh, that wasn't Andy that said that? You sure? I thought Andy said you voted for Hillary over Bernie. I mean, you voted for Bernie over Hillary? That's what she said. She said, why did you write in Bernie instead of voting for Hillary? Which I do understand that logic. People say you voting for independent is just going to make the Republican win. Bro, listen, I want a president. I have a view of the president that I want, or the type of president that I want. And I just wonder if that president existed within this society and within this system. I don't know. I don't think so. So that turns me off to the system. Like, maybe it's just, you feel what I'm saying? I would much rather just, nigga, let's just, like, can we get an independent? I would love an independent president. I would love an independent president. Because I'm just tired of everybody they got to take a sponsorship. So now they on their knees, now they on their knees game banging, fake political game banging. Because they need some sponsorships and they need some motherfucking lobbyists. You feel what I'm saying? Can we get you feel me? Maybe it's something I don't know. Why the president gotta be 35 and older? You feel what I'm saying? Maybe it's because, I don't know, maybe you find yourself in a different way at 35 or something. But I'm like, why can't the president be young? Not saying you gotta be 20, but damn. Yeah, I don't like the idea of voting for the lesser of two evils every year. Every year? Every 4 years. I gotta vote for the lesser of two. I gotta vote for the lesser of two evils every 4 years. I'm 33. The president 100% needs to be 30. Okay, that's why I said I can respect that. That's why I said if it's something I just don't know yet, I get that. That's why I'm like, all right. But I'm like, nigga, damn. You feel me? Like, bruh, can we get some innovative change? I'm sick of this shit. And I feel like people, instead of being like, how did the generation of Gen Z get to this point? You feel what I'm saying? How did we get to this point? And I think a lot of it is because of what we experienced. And I seen somebody say earlier, they said something about the Epstein files. Is that true? They releasing the Epstein files for real? They forcing it? But you feel me? Like, come on, we talking about the same presidency that, like, come on, man. Niggas is covering up for fucking trafficking rings and shit, bro. Like, what are we doing? Yeah, the lesser two evils. I don't want, like, come on. He said, oh my God, please stop derailing the live for these super chats that are not pertaining to the video. They do pertain to the video. Or you talking about some of them. I see what you're saying. My fault. But I got to, though. I got to respect the super chats. Unless they, like, you know what I mean? If a nigga just don't, look, I got to respect the super chat. He said, G11 for the super chat. I appreciate it. He said, I do not speak to be liked. Fuck y'all. That's your problem. Always want to be cool with motherfuckers. Hey, man. I don't know. But yeah, like, I just feel like, man, bro, I'm just tired of it, bro. Like, I feel like I speak, like, for a lot of Gen Z. Like, I'm just tired of it. I'm just tired of it. And even when we watch, like, this video, like, this shit, the points that the leader is making in this video, like, it's just like we living in a world or in a country that is openly telling us that they don't give a fuck about us. They've been telling us, especially as a black person. I'm just like, how could you trust? In my eyes, it's like this. Imagine you walking down the street. I'm driving, and I tell you get in the fucking car. You say no, so I put you in the fucking car, right? I take you to my crib, and I give you a whole different set of ideologies, a whole different religion, a whole different everything. Just change everything, right? And then 80 years later, I have a system set up for you to vote and participate in to say who you want to vote for president. I mean, I forgot my point. But then later I create a system where, I don't know, maybe some person who owns the house changes or some shit, right? And I'm choosing who you get to pick comes in and controls the house. I'm choosing who you get to pick to come in. So I'm giving you 3 people that you got to choose between the 3 people. But I'm giving you the 3 people. I feel like naturally I just don't trust that. I don't trust somebody who was feeding my ancestors to fucking alligators. I don't trust the system that was forcing the men to what's a good replacement word? To force themselves on the other men of my people in front of their wives to emasculate us, right? There's so much psychological work that they did to our minds and our spirits. And this is the same system, you feel me, that wants you to, that chooses who you get to vote for. I just don't feel that. I don't feel that. I feel like if there's going to be anybody I'm going to vote for, they're going to be an independent candidate. I'm 27. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like if there's anybody, I feel like if there's anybody, you feel what I'm saying? He said, you don't have to trust anything. White people don't beg you to be in civilization. You beg whites. Race isn't real, dummy boy. Okay, so you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, but let me give you the respect so you can learn how to give somebody else respect when you feel what I'm saying? I see what you're saying, because at the end of the day, race is a construct. It's a construct within that was created in order to dominate. This is facts. This isn't like, you know what I'm saying? This is a system that was orchestrated in general. You feel me? But at the same time, it's like you still exist within the system that was created. So you have to operate within it. That's just the truth. You just got to be able to separate the system that you're operating in and what the world actually is outside of the system. Just because the system dominates the planet doesn't mean there isn't an existence outside of that. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah. Oh yeah, nah. He trolling. So yeah, nah. You out of here, pal. But that's how I feel. And I don't even be mad. I don't be tripping when people say crazy shit, because it just brings up more conversation, nigga. It just brings up more conversation. Like, you feel me? My whole thing is, don't come in here. Did you kick him out? I sure did. My whole thing is, don't come in here pretending like you're trying to have a conversation, but then you ain't really trying to have a conversation. You just trolling. I ain't gonna kick nobody for wanting to talk, but Yeah, I think when I look around the world, and this is my thing, it ain't just us. It ain't just us. People be blaming us, saying that we, Gen Z, like y'all the reason for this, y'all the reason for that. Let's keep it tall. Let's keep it real. Worldwide, all the revolts that you see, Nepal, where else? It's a few places. These revolts that you see, this is Gen Z. This is Gen Z. We tired of this shit. We want something else. This ain't just going on in America. It's happening worldwide. We done. And I think soon you're going to see a transit. I mean, we already seeing it. But more and more, the world is going to shift and change from something unrecognizable. I'm telling you that right now. That's how I feel. I feel that energy. The reason why I said about not voting for Hillary is because you basically helped Trump get elected by doing that. That's the con of voting third party. That you rather risk him win. Okay, so this is the thing. I'm not a political gangbanger. In my eyes, right? And I'm not mad at anybody that is. It's people who are Democrats, but they don't go out and gangbang on anybody that don't vote Democrat on either side, right? I'm not that type of guy. My thing is, I don't care if you are on either side, I'm going to assume, right, that there's still going to be warfare. There's still going to be genocide. There's still going to be taking advantage of Africa. You still be taking advantage of the Middle East. You're still going to be doing all these things. I want to see something different and see if something different comes from that. Because the last time I checked, every time a Democrat in office, them fucking drones don't stop. Them bombs don't stop. Them genocides in the Middle East don't stop. The funding and helping countries like Israel, right, go out and take advantage of the world under the guise of religion, that doesn't stop. When Biden was in office, it was still happening. When Obama was in office, it was still happening. So I'm not one of the people that you can convince that if I vote Democrat, something good is going to happen. I'm not one of them people. Whether it's Trump, J.D. Vance, all them niggas, Kamala Harris, all them niggas. Everything that's going on in the Congo, in Sudan, in Israel, in Palestine, it's not going to stop. So why am I voting for them? That's my perspective. And at this point, 27, 11, 18, 2025, I can't change that right now. I can't. And that's me being real. You feel me? A lot of people will call, oh, you helped Trump get elected, boom, boom, boom. I mean, what is going to change? I'm just wondering. In my perspective, the only thing I'm seeing really change is the fact that certain shit is affecting different people in different ways. That's what I see. Right? So yeah, maybe voting a Democrat gonna give us a little bit more crumbs. I'm not here for crumbs. And I think my generation ain't here for crumbs. Y'all said if we go to college, we get this. Y'all said if we get a high school diploma, we get this. Y'all said if we vote for somebody who leans left, we get this. Then we wanted y'all to put them in there. You ain't put them in there. It's over with. You giving us somebody that look good is not going to change that. What's going on in Gaza? What's going on in Sudan? What's going on with Congo? What's going on? If that ain't changing, my opinion not changing. Find me a president that's not going to fund. Find me a president that truly says America first. And I'm not saying the white version, like Donald Trump go up there and be like catering to the white people, oh, boom, boom, in his political talk. I'm not talking about that putting America first shit. I'm not falling for that. I'm talking about putting America first to the point where now we not sucking Israel dick. Give me a president that's not eating the ass of Benjamin, and I got you. I got you. I got you. I promise. Look, find me look, Andy, I got you. Find me a candidate, right? That's running for president on the Democratic side. That's anti-funding genocide, and I got you. That will openly state that they don't want to fund Israel to commit genocide, and I got you. Till then, I don't want to hear it. That's just my real perspective. If you still fuck with me, that's fine. If you don't fuck with me, that's tough. I don't know what to tell you. I can't change that about myself. Now, in the future, I might have a different perspective. As of 11/18/2025, you can't pull me. And it's a lot of people just in my generation that feel that way. Just in general. You feel what I'm saying? The genocide has happened stateside. It's a genocide in America. It's genocide going on in, you feel what I'm saying? It's been genocide going in America. They just don't call it a genocide because they don't call it a genocide in our communities the same way they don't call it a genocide in Gaza. I mean, the same way they don't call it a genocide in the Congo. It's a majority black people over there. So you're not gonna call it a genocide, but nigga, hundreds of people. What Kanye say in Watch the Throne? Some died in Iraq, some died in Chicago. I remember being a kid and thinking like, here I go thinking this, you feel me? But meanwhile, people dying at the same rate in this motherfucking country. Niggas die in this country. The people killing each other in this country all the time. And a lot of it is black blood. So why they don't call it a genocide? You feel me? Right. Like, this is what I'm saying. This is how I know. Look, this is how I know. He said, Jalapa, you got to remind them to recognize we are not Republicans or Democrats. We are constituents. The politicians, what's that? The politicians are the ones playing gang wars with our lives. So this is my thing. I think first and foremost, if we talking about what America is supposed to represent, right? It never represented that from the jump. And the way they was able to do it is because they didn't classify us as human beings. So they was able to treat us the way they wanted to treat us. My whole confusion about that is, why is it that, like, what did they do to make us feel like we can't make any change in this community unless we vote Democrat? What did they do to make you say we can't make any change unless we vote Democrat for president? That's the only way we can make change. What happened? Like, I wonder if that got something to do with when we build our own systems, they burn it down. It's almost like, damn, what are we supposed to do? We can't build nothing. I guess we'll just immerse ourselves into this shit. And my thing is, people will call us crazy, right? Or call me crazy, or call Gen Z crazy. We saying the same things a lot of the political leaders of the gold. I want to say political leaders, more like black leaders, right? During the civil rights era, that whole era. I'm like, did Malcolm X believe in voting for these communities? I mean, voting in this way? Did our leaders tell us that we have to go vote in order to make this happen, or did we create? You feel what I'm saying? I think a lot of the fact that we've given away that power is because they won't let us build our own shit. They keep destroying our shit. We can't build our own ecosystem. We can't build our own currency. We can't because we would be too much competition for them. Our dollar would advance faster because our influence is greater. So how can we use the black influence while not giving them shit for it? Make them rap about what we want them to rap about, and make them vote on who we want them to vote for. That's how I feel. So naturally, my mind goes to, it makes more sense to want the fall of this system or to vote independent. And if I don't know how to make that, some people are still confused on my perspective. I don't know how to make this any more clear. I don't know how to make that any more clear. Some Gen Z is Charlie Kirk apologists who would hate you. So we can't pretend like during COVID, right, where niggas weren't going outside, where people weren't in community, where people weren't talking to each other, people weren't able to really, you feel what I'm saying? People was really separated. That the power of social media and the power of the narratives on social media didn't take control. That part of Gen Z that you talking about, I believe, are Charlie Kirk apologists and all of that. A lot of that has to do with the influence that the Republican Party and conservatives in general, I think it's a little like a de facto version of it, really. They were pushing these narratives on Gen Z. The red pill content, the boom, 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 they were pushing it on Gen Z. And I think that was intentional. They seen overall what it was, and they wanted to get more influence on Gen Z. Because at the time, the majority of Gen Z pushed heavy left. You feel what I'm saying? Don't lead the game, change it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think we can change the game without fucking some shit up. And we look worldwide, Gen Z is doing it everywhere right now. They doing it everywhere right now. They force it, bro. They forcing the issue everywhere else. Not everywhere else, but they forcing the issue. Gen Z is forcing the issue in other countries. They applying that fucking pressure. Why is it that when it comes to American Gen Zs, we get so much flack from y'all? I don't get it. You see how Gen Z in other countries is making change by forcing the issue. Why don't y'all want that? I just don't get it. You feel me? I just don't get it. I feel like we really be misunderstood out this bitch. You feel me? We grew up, nigga, we experienced more of us. We need more of us in politics. The states are showing we're younger and moving away from political positions. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I agree on a local level. I definitely agree on a local level. I definitely think voting on a local level is different. But run for office as an independent, I do have communities that I'm involved in my city, like the BCC and all that. But as far as really, I don't know about all that right now. I don't know about all that. I'm not even educated enough. I would have to become more all that shit. You feel what I'm saying? I don't feel at this stage in my life, nigga, you feel me? Niggas focused on, you feel me? All I can do right now is try to just give my perspective, you know, and try to raise conversation on shit. But I do be involved, but I don't know about running for anything at this age, no, or at this point in my life. Mm-mm. But I can see at some point, or maybe, I don't know. There's a lot of work I got to do, especially as far as becoming a better, you know what I mean? But nah, I'm good. I think I'm good. But you don't have enough information to be discrediting other people. I do. And it ain't nothing. I ain't gonna lie, Andy Pandy. It ain't nothing. Look, it ain't nothing you could tell me about that one. I'm too stubborn. I don't give a fuck what the excuse is. I don't give a damn what it is. I don't believe in using religion to exile people and promote ethnic cleansing. I don't believe in that. So I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell anybody that don't like what I got to say about this. A lot of people that don't like that. I'm not educated enough, but I am educated enough in my principle. And my principle is, one of my principles is we should be living and let live. There's no way, right, that we should be using religion to promote ethnic cleansing. That's just, I just don't, religion, I didn't say anything about that. I know, but the people that you want me to vote for stand for that. They work for, they bow down to another country that isn't benefiting them. We don't even get no fucking health care out here. But we giving billions to these niggas that already get all these benefits. But I'm supposed to, what are we talking about, man? I don't get it. I don't get it. We can't even get no fucking health care. Everybody walking around worried that something is going to happen to their body and they're going to have to pay $2,000 just to get to the fucking hospital. And voting for Joe Biden was going to get that figured out. Voting for Kamala Harris was going to get that figured out. Or do them niggas just lie very good, get in office, and don't do nothing about that shit? What are we talking about? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. And I will say, I'm not fully educated. I don't know everything. I don't. But I do know at this time of my life what I believe in. Like, come on. You telling me these niggas get free health care, right? Meanwhile, it's motherfucking people all over this country, right, that's walking around in debt because they can't pay hospital bills that they couldn't avoid. We developing all types of motherfucking diseases because they feed us poison every fucking day. Right? They feed us poison every day. But that same country will not give you health care. Yet the same people we giving billions and billions of dollars to. Yes, every president you want me to vote for is helping get billions and billions of dollars to, laying on their motherfucking ass and letting them do whatever they want. Oh, y'all need more guns? We got you. Y'all need more crates? We got you. Y'all need more bombs? We got you. But motherfuckers had to cut off, but we just had to cut off food stamps in our country. Man, cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. Maybe when I get older, it'll start to make sense. Right now, that don't make no fucking sense to me. And I think from where I'm at right now, yes, as you get older, I do think you become wiser, but you also become more comfortable and complacent. After getting your ass beat for 40 years by programming nonstop, all of a sudden, voting for no motherfucking healthcare sounds great. You feel what I'm saying? I want free healthcare. I don't care. I don't give a fuck about a healthcare plan. It's free or it's not. I don't give a fuck. What did you think about Kamala's plans for healthcare? Was the plan for healthcare everybody get it for free? Was the plan for healthcare that everybody get it for free? Let me know. Because if it was, if everybody get free healthcare as soon as she get in that bitch, if everybody get free healthcare a couple years into her presidency, you got me. I shouldn't pay for you to take care of me and I build your fucking empire. How? Why do I got to pay for you to take care of me and I'm building your empire? It don't make no sense. And I'm perfectly open to being wrong. That's why I feel comfortable talking with this passion. Because I'm okay with being wrong. I'm okay with turning 32 in a few years, 35 in a few years, and being like, young me was tripping. But I guarantee if I do come to that conclusion, it won't be from a place of, well, shit, I don't got no other choice. I can't. You feel what I'm saying? That's your life. What about the people's lives who are already dependent on the plans they have for the medication they need for survival? You mad at me. You more mad at me than you are at the government that's creating these conditions. That's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem. You more mad at me, and people be more mad. It's like the monkey experiment. The monkey try to get to the top of the ladder, right? And then you spray all the monkeys. So now the monkeys, and I'm not saying you doing this, I'm saying in general, but then you spray all the monkeys. So now when the monkeys climbing the ladder, they gonna pull that motherfucker down because they don't want to get sprayed. I ain't gonna lie. I just can't, in my heart, I just can't pull myself to vote when this country is in this predicament, in this situation. You feel what I'm saying? I can't. So frustrating how someone could be so passionately wrong because they don't understand, wrong because they don't actually follow or understand politics. Look, if I got to understand politics to get free healthcare, I don't give a fuck. Fuck politics. I feel like, why is it that you got to explain to me and break down to me why we can't get free healthcare? Some shit don't need an explanation. That's just how I feel. Some shit don't need an explanation. You feel me? And it's not like I just woke up one day, I don't do no, you feel me? Nah. It's just a lot of the things that I believe come from people who also did not believe in this political system. So to say free or I don't care is reckless. I'm reckless then. I'm reckless as a motherfucker then. I'm extremely reckless. Give me free healthcare or fuck your system. I'm extremely reckless. Give me free healthcare, just like the country you get billions of motherfuckers. Let's do this. I would understand, right? I would understand what you're saying if we didn't put so much motherfucking time and money into war. We got bases and all types of shit all across the fucking globe, but you can't give me free healthcare. How do you pay for free healthcare with the current system? Fucking change it. I don't know. Fucking change it. That's my point. Something isn't working. Look, I might not know the book shit, but there's one thing I do know about life. If you got both parties, right? The political game makers. If y'all got both parties mad at each other, but the one thing they can agree on is nobody eating, something's wrong. Something's wrong. If you talking about two sides that don't fuck with each other, we talking about niggas getting assassinated and they blaming it on the other party. If both sides know that nobody is eating out here, nobody can own a house out here, nobody can all the different shit, something is wrong. Flip this bitch. Flip this bitch. Just like you flipped it when you moved over here. Exactly. Give 10%, 15% of that fucking money y'all sending to Israel and do something for us. If we can kill everybody, we can kill everybody on the fucking planet, whatever. But we don't got no health care, something is wrong. Tax the fucking rich. That's how you pay for it. You feel me? Sometimes sometimes a conversation with a nigga like who's not fully educated on the book smarts about shit might give you more insight to the conversation too. But the problem is niggas think that you can only get that understanding the system only comes from voting or only comes from spending time in the political or doing work in the political party. I just don't agree. The Black Panthers knew a whole motherfucking lot. The Liberation Army knew a whole motherfucking lot. They knew a whole lot. They knew how to break motherfuckers out of prison. They knew how to govern their neighborhoods. I'm just saying. So my thing is, people can believe, right? People can believe that these niggas can come over here where they not from, tell all the niggas over here, give me that shit, and build their own shit, right? Build their own system. But for some reason, we can't transition into a different system. I just don't get it. They can transition into a different system by taking it, but we can't transition into a different system by taking it. Exactly. You can learn politics real early by finding out you still got to go to school during active snowstorms while the mayor's kids got to stay home. You feel what I'm saying? I am involved. I put myself in positions to be involved in my city, for sure. I am involved. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not, trust me. I'm not gonna get here and start telling stories and shit because that's my personal life. But I think the more y'all get to know me, the more y'all get to know. You feel me? I'm definitely involved in my city. Definitely calling the people, because I know people that know people, calling people, asking how I can be a help with my platform, how I can get involved with all the different shit. But I still don't believe in it. I still don't believe in this. And I know it's a different thing on a local level than it is on a national level. But I just can't do it. I can't do it. And we just don't align fundamentally because you think I should vote. You think there was a point in time where I should have voted for Hillary Clinton. And we did. So on that perspective, we just don't align fundamentally. You feel me? When I was 17, I couldn't wait to vote. When I was 17. Me and our friends, we couldn't wait to vote. When we heard about Bernie Sanders, we couldn't wait to vote for Bernie Sanders. And then we did vote for Bernie Sanders. And it was like, bro, I thought the whole country was going to change the way people pulled up for Bernie Sanders. I thought this whole shit was going to change. And nope, he got on his knees too. He be promoting what Israel doing too. I can't sit in peace here while this country is terrorizing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's just hard for, like, you know? But trust me, I'm not mad at your perspective, Andy Pandy, and everybody else in here. If you disagree with me, I'm not mad at how y'all feel. But I think I look at y'all and y'all perspective and think there's a possibility there's something I'm missing. I just wonder if y'all do the same thing with what people my age and people younger than me and Gen Z. I just wonder if when y'all disagree with us or y'all disagree with me, do y'all take the time to think like, you know what? There could be something that I'm missing. Because that's what I do. Even though I feel how I feel, I do see what y'all say, and I'm like, there's a possibility that there's something that I'm missing here. Yeah. And then Bernie Sanders stood down. He stood down like a coward. Like the coward that he is. He's a coward. He stood down like a coward. And till this day, he over here talking about Israel, fucking, you know what I'm saying? Over here we must condemn Hamas and all this different shit, man. You feel me? Like, that's when I knew. Nah, all these niggas in this shit. All these niggas fall into this damn shit. You feel what I'm saying? But I know it start with community. That's what I do know. I don't know everything, but I do know it start with community. And I do know that it's ironic. The further we got away from community, the more control these niggas had. We went into the pandemic one way, came out the pandemic even more, like, you feel me? So, yeah, I don't know, man. I just feel like it's deep. It's deep. Careful, JB. These are the talks that get you clicked. I ain't gonna lie. I had to be honest. I had to really sit down and think about it. Right? And I really had to say, like, really be real about it. Like, I'm doing a disservice to myself if I sit here and I pretend like I haven't lived this life as a black man and learned all this different shit and went through my whole loops. You feel me? I went through the Willie Lynch letter to the Caucasus Mountains. I done been through all these levels. Every white person is evil. I done been through all of these levels. I done been through all these levels and learned that was wrong. That was wrong. That was wrong. That was wrong to say a whole entire group of people are evil. That was wrong to say that. Because the second we get in power, we just gonna do the same shit to them. Because what we do is we call people things to justify what we do to them. That's what we do as human beings. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, who am I to get on here and try to pretend like I don't understand that? I be doing a disservice to who I believe. I believe in. When they say Jesus is the only way, I really believe that, bro. I really believe that. But at the same time, we not in heaven. And I walk around with that daily. You feel what I'm saying? Trying to find a balance. But it's like, he said, "Dad, you had your Dr. Yakub era. I was deep in my Dr. Yakub era. Y'all don't know a whole lot about me, bro." Yo, I didn't learn so much and had to unlearn so much. But going through that taught me, I get it now, where that hate comes from. I understand it. Like, you feel what I'm saying? That's why I'm always okay with being wrong today. You feel what I'm saying? Because sometimes I am right. Sometimes I'm wrong. Sometimes my ideologies that I believe in, I still believe in them, but some of them I don't. You feel what I'm saying? But I definitely had my Dr. Yakub era, the big-headed scientist, the motherfucking hold on. In the what CeeLo Green say? In the beginning there was none other than the original people, skin black in front of the sun. But somewhere along the line, I broke the laws to unwind and placed the curse on the soul of mine. Like you feel me? Pale became the color of my face, filling out a place amongst the people of my race, filled with hate. I moved to a colder climate, in the course with emeralds of raw flesh with hate. Like I heard that freestyle like 13, and that was true. That was the truth. You feel me? So like, yeah, I get I could be wrong because I'm growing, but this is how I feel. If you can kill everybody, if you can take money from everybody, if you can bully everybody, you can give me my motherfucking free healthcare. He said, "Peace, God." Nah, I wasn't that deep. I was too young to be that deep. You feel me? I was too young to be that deep. But there's a lot of Gen Z who do believe in voting on both sides. You feel me? But I do think more than previous generations, there's a large amount of us that don't believe in the political system at all. And I think we want to make something different, just like the rest of the Gen Z in the world. I feel like niggas want to be right more than they want to be more than they want a better country. We could talk about that too. Niggas want to tell niggas they wrong more than they want a better country. We give a certain country $6 billion a year and they have free healthcare. But nothing's wrong. It don't matter who president, but that doesn't change. Why? Oh, because this isn't our fucking country. It's theirs. And until it's no longer theirs, I'm not finna keep playing in this shit, pretending like it's ours. I'm sorry. These the same niggas. Do you know what Israel is doing in the world? You feel what I'm saying? Like, and I've been like, that's the thing. If you do your research, I've been like this. If you do your research, I've been like this. I have been through a lot of phases where I did hate white people. Be honest. You feel what I'm saying? But that's something I had to grow from. Can't hate nobody. You can't hate a whole group of people. You can't hate a whole group of people. That's crazy. You feel me? And I had to learn that. But I learned that from having conversations like this and living life. And you know what I'm saying? Being homeless and having to live at different people's houses. They wasn't there for Dreadhead Jalopy. You feel me? Niggas go look at my past and be like, oh, Jalopy used to be dusty. No, nigga, I was homeless. I didn't have time to go get a haircut and worry about my fits and all that shit, nigga. I had time for all that. You feel me? Like, every time, like, nigga, living in, bro, I'm gonna tell you this. Going from house to house, and these houses being one house, right? You learning about the Willie Lynch theory, right? And then now you're going to live in a White House. Now you're going to live with Mexicans. Now you staying the night at the Native American homie house. These are things I really lived. I really got to live and experience and be around these households where it's different ways of living, different perspectives, different all that shit. I learned a lot, nigga. Like, you feel me? I might not be the nigga with a college degree or be the nigga with but boy, my life experience, yeah, for sure. I done learned so many different walks of life. You feel me? Niggas this Buddhist, niggas that's, you know what I'm saying? The one random dude at the park that nobody know. He's been kicking the soccer ball. You go kick it with the nigga, all of a sudden he can see auras and shit. Like, niggas, like, they don't know. You don't get it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, nigga, like, really going to stay at dude's house. You feel me? And he's sitting there talking about whole time, nigga, talk about authenticity, but I'm not catching it. You feel me? All these niggas got different religions. You start to figure out, wait, they all stay in the same shit. Oh, so it's not just about race. Race is just another one of the control systems. You feel me? So yeah, I don't got the college degree and all that different shit, but I believe in my perspective because I had to live life. I had no choice. I had to raise I was raised well. But during the most cordial years of my life, I had to raise myself, bro. And I had to go and learn from different people. You feel me? So you'll never be able to turn me. Only person that can turn my faith against humanity is God. And God, I don't know. God will, you don't believe in man, but my love, my compassion for mankind. You know what I'm saying? My compassion for mankind. That's why this appalling question as to how I could vote for Hillary. The maleness is stronger. I don't think it got anything to do with the fact that I'm a male. I don't think that I'm just a person where, okay, let me tell you this. You might think that I'm a person who thinks identity makes you qualified to be a president. Not one of those people. So I'm the wrong person to have that conversation with. I don't go by identity. You understand? The president is black, but you can't vote for skin. You vote for the better man. If you know, you know. Our future's not that martial law shit drop. We're gonna all get got. Keep that question mark on your face. Your fluoride toothpaste. Y'all know what it is. Come on. Come on. The identity politics, yeah, it's taking away our authenticity. And we playing by it, like, that's how I feel. Misogyny is real, but the thing, women couldn't realistically win an election if they advocated for what people actually want. Is just not based in reality. That's what I'm saying. Look, think about it. Where did Kamala really go wrong? If we start asking the real questions, where did Kamala lose so much support? Where did Joe Biden lose so much support during his presidency? What happened? When was the turning point? What was the thing that made so many Americans say fuck this shit on all sides? What was that one thing? Do we remember? Boom. 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 Couldn't stop giving motherfuckers millions of dollars to destroy the fucking planet and get rid of entire civilizations. That's what she went wrong. Right. Saying she wasn't going to do it for the black community, I feel that, right? But I'm talking about even the support she lost outside of the black community, because in general, they put the statistics out. I don't really know how much I believe in all that, but most black people still vote Democrat. Most black people still vote Democrat. You feel what I'm saying? But a lot of people, the other people who were voting Democrat, flipped and voted the other side or did not. No, bruh. So Kamala didn't do nothing wrong, huh? See, that's what I'm saying. We're never going to be able to fundamentally agree because I don't operate from a place of thinking that because a president is Democratic that he can do no wrong. I don't exist in that world. I just don't exist in that world. My heart is breaking watching this black man discredit Kamala. I ain't gonna lie, Andy Pandy. I ain't gonna lie. You might gonna have to go get open heart surgery. Fucking with me. I'm sorry. Identity is not enough for me. I don't give a damn. She could have been a dark-skinned black woman. If you are still giving billions to Israel to commit genocide, you're done. You're done. Othelius Maximus, I appreciate this because I think this is what I want to say. I think that a lot of people misinterpret my love for Kendrick Lamar, right? And this is what people do. They generalize. They think because of that, right, that, oh, maybe this person is also a Democrat, right? I'm not. If you in this live and you thought, I'm not. And then there's people who think because people call me a conspiracy theorist. I don't feel like I'm a conspiracy theorist. I don't think there's conspiracy. You know what I mean? I have theories about stuff having fun, but when we start talking for real and all this stuff isn't conspiracy. This is going on. You feel what I'm saying? So, but that don't make me a conservative. You see what I'm saying? I'm not Republican. I'm not Democrat. I don't abide to either. And that's just how I feel. But you give me the right independent candidate, I am going to go vote. That's just me. Right, exactly. So you are left of Democrats. That's what I think most people would subscribe me. I think that's what I think most people would subscribe me as so. You feel what I'm saying? I don't like to describe myself at all in that way, but I think most people that I know will consider me to be left of Democrats because I don't think Democrats are left. I think Democrats are really good. The Democrat politicians really be conservative. it really be or citrus, exactly. But a good amount of these dudes really be like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, yeah, look, pretending that Kamala only lost due to misogyny. I think it is delusion. I think it is delusion. And I'm not even the person that feel like, I mean, Kamala could have all the support she wanted. Kamala could have all the support she wanted. But I don't like to identify myself. I don't like to say that I'm left. I don't like to say really none of that. I'm just a human being. You feel me? I exist in this, and you feel what I'm saying? Like, I think we should have free healthcare, but I also don't want you touching I don't want you touching my strap either. You feel me? It's that simple. I'm a black man. You feel me? So it's like some people would say because I don't believe in I believe everybody who is capable should have a weapon to arm themselves. Some people will call me conservative for that. Whatever. Some people will say because I believe in healthcare. You see what I'm saying? I believe in having free healthcare, then I'm a leftist. Okay, sure. But one thing about me, you're going to see 100 niggas say this about me. You're going to see 100 niggas say that, no, he really this. You're going to see 100 niggas say that. That's just how it is. And that's what comes with just saying how you feel. JB said, I ain't a leftist. I'm black. I'm just saying. But, yeah, we wasn't even supposed to be doing all this. I also wanted to let y'all know, right, that, hold on. Also, I don't know if y'all seen my battles, but I got a battle coming up on December 5th. And I'm not going to lie. Even in my battles, I be talking like this. Even in my battles, I be talking like this. I had a whole round versus a dude, Elijah Strait. Whole third round. Talking about, because he was an Army veteran. Whole third round. I got busy. Whole third round, I got busy. Like, this is not something I do when I turn this YouTube live on. If you've been fucking with me, you know. This ain't nothing new. I'll become more mature. I think my spiritual is cleaner. I think my mind is cleaner, right? But, yeah, like, so you acted like his sergeant. Hold on. No, hold on. I think I had, give me 1 second. This one I still had. I think I still had the fro. I still had the fro. Y'all know about trying to learn how to take care of himself, Jalopy. They'll talk about that. They'll talk about that transition from being homeless to trying to learn how to. Nigga, this shit it's crazy, bro. But hold on. My third round for Elijah Strait, I'll be talking the same shit. The same shit. Hold on. Most women of all races voted for Hillary. I don't fuck with Hillary. I don't care if she's a woman. She could have been a dog. I don't fuck with Hillary. Hell no. I got some theory. And on top of that, I feel like, yeah. To think Trump and them niggas on weirdo shit and Hillary ain't on weirdo shit. That's tough. But no, yeah. I got a battle coming up, right? If y'all ain't seen my battle, if y'all ain't seen me battle rap before, I'll show y'all a little round real quick. But I got a battle coming up on December 5th. The dope part about it is if you're not from Jersey and you're gonna be there, you don't even gotta pull up. This is gonna be a live stream on YouTube for free. The battle is gonna be live streamed on YouTube. The battle is gonna be live streamed on YouTube, so everybody gonna be able to see it. Everybody gonna be able to, you feel what I'm saying? And I'm gonna just show y'all the same shit I be talking about, this battle shit. The same shit I really do this shit too. You feel me? This is on the trenches. I don't know if y'all know Easy the Block Captain. This is his league on the trenches. It's gonna be a movie. It's gonna be a movie. Easy the Block Captain and Cassidy battling the next day. Like it's gonna be that type of. So you feel me? Tune in on YouTube. You feel what I'm saying? It's gonna be lit. But like I said, I've been talking this political. I talked in my music, in my battles, all of that, and even in the new music I coming. I'm still talking that shit. I'm still talking that shit. You feel? Let me show y'all something. I ain't gonna lie, I forgot what I said in this round, so I probably did say some crazy shit. But it's okay. I've grown. And it's a battle. You feel what I'm saying? Who don't know Easy? A lot of people don't watch battle. I think a lot of people don't watch battle rap, bro. But let me show y'all. I don't be just, you feel me? This is my third round versus Elijah Straight, and we talking that same shit. Black women were crushed when Kamala didn't win. Ooh, y'all gonna hate me for this. I gotta say it. Black women were crushed when Kamala didn't win. I know y'all understand that. It was the only one I saw show compassion for black women for that. So let me break something down. Okay? Just because black women were upset that Kamala didn't get voted in does not mean that I had to vote for Kamala or endorse Kamala or anything like that. I don't agree with Kamala Harris because she agrees with genocide. Until we get a president that gets off Israel nuts, I don't. Black women can be upset that Kamala didn't get in there, but that's not. You're not saying that, and then all of a sudden I'm supposed to be like, you know what? I am gonna go vote for Kamala. That's just not how that worked. There was black women who didn't care. Too. There's black women who didn't want Kamala to win. Like that's just the real reality of it. People try to put all of us in this blanket like we all think that Kamala should have been the one. No, that's not true. A lot of people voted for Kamala. No. I'm saying be compassionate. Be compassionate to Kamala for what? Why? What did she? I mean, I'm compassionate to human beings, but you're saying that as if she deserved, like she should get some extra type of compassion or something. So Street of Rich said, I was mad Trump won. Yeah, it's okay. So look, let me give y'all a perspective, right? Before I put this thing back on. Y'all know what I noticed? The thing about Trump being in office is that niggas stop playing. Have y'all noticed that? Niggas do stop playing. And I'm starting to realize the only thing that's stopping black people from really getting busy, in my opinion, or one of the things, is the fact that there's not enough of an external threat being posed yet. There's not enough of an external threat being posed yet. A lot of people see Trump as this external threat, right? Separate from Democrats. He's like in his own little box, like a supervillain, right? These things need to happen to get people to push forward. People have to realize there's an external threat in order to say, you know what? It's time to get busy. And I think with Donald Trump getting in there this time, not only with black people, but people, I think most people in general are realizing like, yeah, nah, we can't play games no more. We need to have these conversations. We need to have these, like, you feel me? We need to build community. We need to decide what we're going to do. You see what I'm saying? Yes, niggas get extremely comfortable in the Democratic administration. Extremely comfortable. Extremely comfortable, bro. And I think that's by design. I do think that's by design. You feel what I'm saying? But we comfortable in this system in general. Nah, I didn't need that at all to know this political system is on BS. No, facts. I'm just saying that's another part of it that when you talking about like the people you was talking about, right? When you talk about other people, that's usually, or not you, but what bro was talking about. We talking about other people. That's usually what's it called? That's usually what happens when people aren't exposed to an external threat. Why you think the Black Panthers was moving like that, bro? Why you think the Black Liberation Army was moving like that? Because there wasn't this whole idea of oh, we have to, like, we're assimilated, we getting involved, boom, boom, boom. That wasn't there yet. There was a lot of black people that was like, we are actually literally at war. We are literally at war. But the second that they convinced us that we are no longer at war, we bought their systems, we bought their all that different stuff. So they really, this is the thing, they really paint that time as if it was like the simply just the oppressor here, right? And black people was here. When in reality, the black people showed that we can be here too, multiple times. The only thing is they burned it down and killed everybody or destroyed it. And it got so, I think they got to the point where they got so like lost, right? They go so lost in it, right? We got so lost in it that we started telling ourselves we are no longer at war no more. That we ain't at war no more. And I feel like living in that perspective is very dangerous. You feel me? Of course, be at peace, live your life, etc. But understand. I mean, Andy Pandy, I don't think you old. I didn't say you was old. I just know you were saying you older than me, so I get it, but we didn't buy their systems. No, yes, we did. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. We integrated. Like they did destroy our shit and they kept rebuilding, destroying our shit, but we definitely integrated. And I think they used the influence of, they really martyred Martin Luther King and then used only a portion of his life to indoctrinate the rest of us that was in school. You feel what I'm saying? That's what they did. Because they don't tell you about them last few speeches. You never hear that about. You got to go through the fucking files to find those. But everything else, oh yeah, look. Yeah, we was hitting you niggas with hoses, beating the shit out you niggas, all that. Yeah, for sure. Like, but once they start killing niggas, killing leaders and shit, we lost that fire. We lost that hope. And now it's like, well, let's just hope that whoever we vote for, you know what I'm saying, gives a fuck about the black community. And fuck the black community, gives a fuck about humanity or in this country. They don't give a fuck about the black community, but they don't give a fuck about people either. Let's make that clear. They don't give a fuck about the black community, but they don't give a fuck about people either, on either side. That's just reality. And if they do get in there, it's this switch where all of a sudden they start moving different once they get to a certain level. You feel me? So it's like, what you supposed to do? They don't care about the working class till it's time to vote. Exactly. Then they sell niggas these dreams and all this shit. Meanwhile, these niggas make it, you know what I'm saying? These niggas getting rich, getting money, putting themselves in business positions with in all types of weird shit. Exactly. The last few speeches got him killed. Once the money was threatened, once actual equality, not just performative placation. Exactly. So think about all them niggas that was going on there. Did y'all see my video on Assata Shakur? Did y'all see my video? How did Assata Shakur view Tupac? Did y'all see my video? And we was talking about the history of Assata Shakur, the history of Afeni Shakur, the history of the Black Panthers and the Black Liberation Army. Them niggas was at war. And they knew it. It was simple. They knew they was at war. We don't. They tricked us into thinking we're not at war no more. You feel me? Like, people think this hip hop conversation that we've been having with Drake and Kendrick and all this different shit is separate from this conversation. No, it's not. It's not separate. It's not separate at all. Hell nah. Exactly. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. The Shakurs gave me hella game. Nilly Fuller Jr. gave me hella game. You feel what I'm saying? It's a lot of game I got from black leaders who felt similar. You feel me? So if you don't fuck with that, what I'm saying, then you probably don't fuck what they saying, and that's cool. But a lot of people also be the same people being like, you know what I'm saying? Like referencing Malcolm X, referencing the Black Liberation Army, Black Panthers, and Huey P. and Fred and all them niggas. But at the same time, don't understand why niggas like me or why people my age in general don't want to participate in the system. Especially when we did participate in the system and they played in our fucking face. That nigga, bro. If it was about the popular vote, Bernie should have took that bitch. But it's not. Grassroots movements that can't be co-opted are the only way. The difference is today we're more integrated. Facts. Which is why we need to build communities of all people. You feel what I'm saying? We need to build communities of all people. Because we're integrated. We got to adjust. You feel what I'm saying? 90 job ads, but this game ain't rigged. Right. Shoot, I'm Brown, who's indoctrinated with Malcolm, MLK, Malcolm, Panthers, and Pop. Pop told us in the Bay. It's all of us. That's what I'm saying. We've been participating in it. Bernie didn't have the popular vote. He wasn't even. So, okay. What I'm saying is, if it's about who really build the most support, who really build the most backing from the people, Bernie dominated. And he still got on his knees for Hillary Clinton. That's when people gave up on the system. I hope you understand that. We was all there. The nigga was doing this shit in front of, bro, the buildings he was packing out. Bernie was, bro. And then Andy Pandy, once again, you said, I hope you leave this this part of the live up. This part of the whole live is gonna be up. You know how many times I've had this conversation? This is not new. I have a whole video. I have videos about how I don't rock with. Yeah, it's just you not knowing does not mean you exposed. Like, I'm just being honest. I have songs, No Child Left Behind. You know what I'm saying? I got a song called No Child Left Behind that's talking about the same shit. I got too many songs, too many rounds, a battle in my battles. You can't it's all there. Everything you want to know, it's all there. You feel what I'm saying? It's all there. The live is finna stay up, just like my lives stay up. You feel me? Everybody know I'll fuck with this shit. Matter of fact, let me show you. On one of the biggest, you have a song praising Trump. Where did you hear that? I have a song criticizing Trump. Actually, since we're doing that, I have a song called J. Cole and No Name that came out in 2021, where I was criticizing J. Cole and No Name, right? I've been criticizing J. Cole. I just realized that, damn. But I didn't like what was going on there, right? I didn't like what was going on there. The song was about how the cover art was actually Joe Biden and Donald Trump strapped to something. Hold on, let me try to find this cover art, because y'all can't. I can't let people play with me, because people do be playing with me, bro. Like, it ain't all there. People be playing with me like it ain't all there. Hold on. People be playing with me like it ain't all there. It's all there. Everything. It's all there. Hold on. This is in 2021, I believe. I got a song called Ice Caps from 2021 criticizing ISIS. I mean, criticizing ICE. For 2021. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if you've been around, you know, like, none of this shit is new. Niggas just new. You feel me? In general, I ain't saying to you, Andy, but let me show y'all this cover art. Hold on. All right. 2020 or 2021. What this is cover art that I orchestrated. I told the nigga exactly what I wanted him to do. This is my cover art with Kwale Chris. If you an underground hip hop fan, you know who Kwale Chris is. This is my cover art with Kwale Chris. What's that? Joe Biden and Donald Trump. We beat the shit out them niggas and tied them to that pole and told them you are guilty for crimes against humanity. Look at the people in the crowd. This is a live execution. You niggas can't play. Niggas can't play with me, bro. You can't. Because everything that, and I'm not saying you, Andy Penny, but a lot of niggas be playing with me like all of the energy ain't out there. I put out a song on all platforms that has over 100,000 streams. And the cover art is me tying Joe Biden and Donald Trump to a pole and publicly executing them for crimes against humanity. Niggas can't play with me. People can try to put me in whatever box they want based on what I say. You can't do that with me. Can't do that with me. You just can't. You can't do that with me. I'm not the one. I'm not the one. I've been me. I've been me. I've been me. I've been me. When I tell niggas talk that shit in hip hop, it's because I do it. Like, I've been me. You feel me? So this shit is nothing new. I don't fuck with the system. Never have. I would rather somebody call me an extremist or somebody call me this than they call me a Democrat or Republican. You feel me? But let me show y'all something. No, see, this is the thing. People think if you don't praise Kamala or Joe Biden or Democrats, then you praise Trump. If you don't praise Trump, boom, boom, then you praise them. I'm not playing by those rules. I'm not playing by those rules. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not playing by those rules. Because, like I said, I love free healthcare, but you ain't taking my fucking strap. Niggas gonna have to take, like, you're not taking my strap. Niggas gonna have to, you feel me? You're not taking that from me. A lot of people's beliefs are based on the box that they put themselves in. This is why electoral politics is whack. I'm saying. All right. Look, I don't remember what I said in this round, so I know I probably said some hella crazy shit, but this is a couple years ago. So bear with me. But I know somewhere in here I'm talking some shit about something involving this. I just can't remember. And my haircut right here, the disconnected, hey, listen. You gotta regulate your nervous system. You know what I'm saying? You gotta regulate your nervous system in order to you know what I'm saying, learn how to take care of yourself. You feel me? But here go my round. Yo, iBattle probably gonna fucking copyright me for this, but fuck it.
Let's go.
If y'all, hey, iBattle, y'all copyright me for watching my own motherfucking battle.
You punch better though.
I talk real shit. That's you. We gonna find out. It's not even a battle. It's a round. Let me get my shit off.
Let's talk about it. Nigga.
I said, y'all with me?
Let him talk.
Viewer discretion is advised for this next round that I'm about to get off. Y'all still here?
Yeah.
Okay, if you pro-war, pro-colonization, or pro-government, turn this shit off. Out the gate! Stop playing with me, bro. You can't, like, anything you want to know about me, go play the music. Go watch the battles. All these narratives and all that shit, have them. My truth is right there. Stop playing with me. So you named after the Elijah in the Bible, but I see him in your ways of living hardly. Your mama should have named you something different, because there's one major difference that make that shit retarded. Elijah in the Bible is the army. Elijah in battle rap was in the army. Look me in my eyes, bro. Damn, you ain't ashamed, huh? Putting your life on the line for the same country that enslaved us? How you hip-hop? How you hip-hop? This shit anti-government. They ain't changed once. It's like when Easy was talking about Geechee teeth. Nigga, you forgot where you came from. You was Hey, look. Everybody be punching in battle rap. I'll be scoring and I don't even got a punch. I'm saying. I'm just talking to a nigga. Because it's coming from the spirit. That's why I don't got a punch. Come on. He's on the war.
You are trash, nigga. Shut up.
Nigga, you forgot where you came from. You forgot where you came from. You was the muscle that helped bankers and politicians run the narrative. They gave us guns and drugs to convince the country to be scared of us. They gave the Middle East guns and drugs and told y'all they was terrorists. And if that ain't enough embarrassment for this fucking American, he enlisted in 2017. Nigga, you joined when Trump was president? What? Come on. Stop. I'll be talking this shit in battle rap too. They don't do this in battle rap. This really me. I'm just painting a picture, because when you did that, you was playing against us. But I get why he was drawn to it. The army really the same as the Christians. The army attacked independent regimes because they wasn't obeying the system. The Christians killed thousands of Native Americans because they wasn't obeying the scripture, claiming they did it in God's name. Now look, I did come back to Christianity. At this time, I was not. Okay? At this point in time, since this year, I have been going to a non-denominational church. So their beliefs are a little less with the spooky shit. You feel me? So I'm not criticizing Jesus here. I'm criticizing Christianity, the people, the religion that the people created, not Jesus' belief system or what he lived by, but what people did with his message when he left. But I get why he was drawn to it. The army really the same as the Christians. The army attacked independent regimes because they wasn't obeying the system. The Christians killed thousands of Native Americans. I'm going to get back. Hey, December 5th, live stream. December 5th, live stream. Come watch. Because they wasn't obeying the scripture, claiming they did it in God's name. Whatever. The Christians killed thousands of Native Americans because they wasn't obeying the scripture, claiming they did it in God's name. But the only one on that tombstone is the name of the victim. So why you out of line? You want to know what these? You out of line. And I know you ain't asking no questions because you ain't got a spine. But how we can't house the homeless or feed the poor, but we can fund the war in Palestine? This guy's a trick. What I just say? What I just say in this live? Niggas think I turn the camera on and just start talking? No. This is me. Some people just late, and that's okay. This guy's a trip. No integrity of the sign is bitch. In human form, the consequence is karma. I pull up, bombing shit, robbing shit. I said Palestine. I mean, him and every one of his guys are strict. Why you playing dumb? We going to war. I said, that mean I said Palestine. That mean him and every one of his guys are strict.
Talk to that nigga. Now you whack. Are you dumb? Right.
So while you playing dumb, y'all want to know what these Christians did when they found out you spoke the native tongue?
What happened?
They took a blade and cut out that same native tongue. The angel on my shoulder said, let him live. He don't gotta die. I turn my back because that's not a lie. But Gwitty on the other shoulder, like, nah, you're not alive. Some inside battle rap shit. He don't gotta die. I turn my back because that's not a lie. But Gwitty on the other shoulder, like, nah, you're not alive. Bottom line, drumsticks, a lot of nines, drum clip. That's a bullet for every country you helped colonize. You fucking drum clip. That's a bullet for every country you helped colonize. You fucking sad. You coon ass Christian. You got me fucking mad because you a hypocrite with your stubborn ass. You was worshiping false idols when you pledged allegiance to that fucking flag. But even I was almost in the army, so I can't act like we a different pedigree. When I was homeless as a teen, somebody took me in and they took care of me. Then they tried to enlist me in the army. What y'all telling me? But luckily, I had the perfect excuse. A fucking felony. My M&P. Hey, if I have a felony at that time, your boy would have been overseas. Stop playing. I swear to God. But luckily, I had the perfect excuse. A fucking felony. I'm telling y'all, come watch my battle December 5th. I don't get on this YouTube shit and just be talking. I really do this shit, and I'm really nice. I'm telling you, like, it's different to be talking about it. No, I be doing it in person, in front of a live audience, right? And bombing, like landing bombs. Like, come on. I know how to do this. Different pedigree. When I was homeless as a teen, somebody took me in and they took care of me. Then they tried to enlist me in the army. What y'all telling me? But luckily, I had the perfect excuse. A fucking felony. My M&P. I swear to God. But luckily, I had the perfect excuse. A fucking felony. My M&P get better with time. It's sangria. Everything connected. Pangea hit his forehead. By instinct, his hand reaching. It's like the trauma he calls all them kids. Right. He can feel the wound, but can't see it. I gave y'all enough bars. Can I talk real quick? Right. Yeah. Imagine. I'm finna talk my shit. Elijah, I know you're type of Christian. Because that's the type of Christian that I was, nigga. Took the Bible literal and judged niggas. But when it came to cleaning my own shit, I ain't budged, nigga. They say don't question God. So I question him just because, nigga. Like, yeah, Jezebel a thought. But that don't mean she wasn't in love with him. And if God is jealous, why would I act jealous? I'm just a scrub, nigga. And if God don't make mistakes, why we ain't getting another flood, nigga? It's a promise, not a mistake. You retarded bitch. You dumb fuck. Sway. You don't got the answers. Just hush up. You think it's a bluff once? Kevin Garnett. Tough luck. You don't think I know that nigga? Hey, but see, I was younger. You feel me? I now know talking like this, that was not it. That was not it. But I know God got grace for your boy. I know God know where my heart is. I know he knew where my heart was then. I had to leave, go on my spiritual journey and come back. All my real spiritual, y'all know how it be. Kevin Garnett, tough luck. You don't think I know that nigga guilty about some shit that he done once? Ask my bitch. I only apologize and made promises when I fucked up. But you know what I just realized? Damn, let me check with Hey, my fault. I just did it again. But anyway, that round was done anyway. But that's what I'm saying though. Like he said, the Clintons not Jay-Z. But that's what I'm saying though. You feel what I'm saying? This is who I am. Okay? And just like my mind and my perspective on how I should have been talking about God in that way and all that different shit, I know that God seen me in that time and knew I was going to come turn around. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I knew God was always there, but I didn't know I didn't have relationship. I didn't know. I was still, you feel me? So the same way, I was about to the same way I could change my perspective about all this shit I'm saying now is the same way my perspective changed from then. You feel what I'm saying? But hey, I just wanted to show y'all. I don't be getting on this camera just to say shit. This is really how I feel about shit, man. And then my art reflects that. And my art's gonna continue to reflect that. It's including the battle. You feel what I'm saying? I'm probably not gonna say nothing too crazy in that battle because ain't nothing that warranted. But I'm gonna mention what's going on. And the music is gonna be the same thing. I just feel like that's what hip-hop is supposed to be, whether it's a battle rap, music, all that. So when you see me have these perspectives and all that, and you not sure if I really think that, go listen to the music, go watch the battles. Same nigga. Just new to y'all. Same nigga, just new to y'all. That's all. You feel me? But yeah. I appreciate everybody that came out. We about to get out of here. I ain't gonna lie. Good ass live. I definitely wanted to let y'all know too. Once again, December 5th. Even if you can't make it to Jersey, if you in New York, pull up. You in Jersey, pull up. You in Philly, pull up. If you can't make it, it's gonna be live on YouTube. It's gonna be live on YouTube, but this ain't just one of them random. No, this is like, you feel me? Niggas really do this. You feel me? So pull up to December 5th. I'm gonna keep promoting it. All that shit. You mean you're not just BSing for content? Exactly. Kendrick fan, check. You feel me? Talking about the Kendrick and Drake battle in 2017, saying Kendrick will whoop his ass, check. Real Kendrick fan. Real proof of buying product back in the day. Check. Y'all got anything I get on here and say, I'm dead ass. We ain't getting on here and all that grifting and all that. No, how you grifting it is really you and your opinion and what you actually think. That's impossible. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, trust me. Everything you hear me get on here and talk about, I really believe that shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all pull up to the event if you in the vicinity. I'm gonna be with the, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be with the guys. Also, if you and then just watch the stream. It's free. Y'all get to watch Battle Rap for free. Y'all get to watch me put belt to ass for free. Like, it don't get no better than that. You feel what I'm saying? And y'all get to see everything I told y'all about, all these things about the battle that I understand and I really get because I actually do it and not just do it on like literally battling niggas who battling professionals in professional settings. Like, that's, you feel me? I don't get on here and just talk, man. You feel me? I just had to let y'all know that. But I appreciate everybody that came out. Appreciate everybody that's showing love, showing support. Get your shirts, all that. And then, yeah, that's it. I think I'll probably just I was going to drop a video today, but I'm going to drop it tomorrow. To the Kendrick trivia space. Y'all got a trivia space going on? Yeah, send that to me. Yeah, send that to me. I'll be watching the stream. I appreciate you. Look, y'all, if y'all pull up to this stream and show love, and I'm not even one of them niggas. I don't want nobody that fuck with me pulling up to the stream just to go in there and say, yeah, Jalopy winning. Even if you feel like I'm not winning. If you feel like I'm not winning when you're watching the battle, you don't got to get it. You know what I mean? Go in there and be like, hey, you feel me? Come show some love. Pull up to the stream. I am here for Jalopy, though. You feel me? And because that shit do go a wrong way. That'd be love. You feel me? So I appreciate y'all. And then you already know the nigga I'm battling is definitely going. Y'all can already guess the shit he gonna try to talk about. I've been making content on the battles and all of the YouTube content, bars, all that shit. So just be ready for that too. But at the end of the day, y'all pull up to the stream, show some love, show some support. Free battles is not even involving me. Y'all get to see me whoop somebody ass. You know what I'm saying? Over the span of 30 minutes, put belt to ass, nonstop. You know what I'm saying? Make a nigga think about retiring. All that. So I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna catch y'all, man. Y'all have a good day.